So here we are again. Another week, another game, another session where something will probably explode. Welcome everyone to another GM the DM. I am your DM the GM. Wait. Shit! I am your DM GM. There we go. I figured it out. And this is session 2. For second full session. What?
Do I need to say it?
What?
You forgot the I in Samurai still.
Motherfuck! I thought I fixed that! No, but see, this is the thing. You told me, now I won't have a 7-hour fucking video.
Yes, you will.
Oh, you know what it is? Is that I changed, the local recording side, not the streaming side. So, there we go. It's fixed. Now it says Samurai. Yes, I know. I had a couple of friends harass me about that. But anyway, back with another episode. Samurai is spelled right. We're all here. We're not going to go 7 hours. I can't do it again. I can't. Anyway, if we're all ready, I'll get us started. Let's switch this to Lockmore to get us some musics. I actually remembered to switch people. And I've got an intro. Yay! Oh, I can't read it because my freaking mic arm's in the way. That's a problem. There we go. So last we left off, our party of pairs came together at the Adventurers Guild by Nim, the half-elf woman who was in charge. Having picked the 6 for guard duty, she told them it was easy money for a noble named Cristel Kelmis, who wanted to throw himself a welcome home party for his recently renovated manor. With a day and a half to go before the party, they took their time somewhat to get to know one another, even taking a chance to go look the place over, though were met with dismissal words and looks from the guards. The night of the party came, the group met Cristel's manservant Theo, who showed them about the manor, including the main floor and the display room. Thanks to Flo's observations, she recognized that not a single one of the staff or guard wasn't human. In the display room, an exchange of harsh words were thrown between the group. Theo and Cristel himself, when Eric recognized a weapon from his homeland. Poppy growing vocal about his lack of manners, Cristel left, leaving his manservant to deal with the issue, and Theo led Poppy and Eric out, while instructing the rest to look over the room to get an idea of what they would be protecting along with their contractor. With the party soon to start, Eric, Poppy, Flo, Delcia, and Raul were all stationed on the main ballroom of the manor, while Ambition was left to the display room. Out of sight, out of mind. An assistant tug kept drawing the cleric to the skull that was on display, a cold stiffness lingering in his neck as he looked on. But any further investigation was interrupted when a guard came down, seeming to have grown bored of the party. The two talked for a bit, Ambition learning that the man had not shared his employer's feelings about non-humans before excusing himself. Back in the main hall, Flo again with her sharp eyes caught a servant that stood out, at least to her. One that wore boots instead of flats, her clothing seeming a bit baggier than normal, and her hair had hid her ears. After trying to suddenly get answers from the woman, Poppy's magical alarm went off when the servant went through to deliver the final drinks of the night to Cristel and some of his closer guests, confirming that she was definitely not human. The suspicious woman made her way to the library while the self-proclaimed noble drank deep. Now alone, Ambition's urge to investigate the skull overtook him, and he grabbed it, only to be overtaken by this feeling of suffocation, his throat wrapped in steely coldness, but it quickly passed. As the tiefling collected himself, the garden servant asked him to leave so they could chat for a moment. Yielding the room to the duo, Ambition stood on top of the stairs, watching the two with a small pocket mirror, leaving him the only one to witness the man evoke some sort of spell. A cacophony of explosions sounded from the kitchen, and soon the duo's true purpose was revealed, to steal a large, full-arm-length gauntlet. After a few questions through a magically summoned wall, the man confirmed that Cristel had been poisoned, leaving Ambition to leave the chase to attempt to cleanse the man. Using a hidden passage, the duo nearly made a clean escape, ditching their disguises on the way, but it is a bit hard to run from a monk. Flo easily caught up with them with a few long strides, and attempted to block their way. Though a hard shove from the woman, she was able to slip by the monk, but not before getting a taste of the monk's sword. And the human, ooh, brain, why did you do that? And the elfin man still had a few surprises, transforming into a large white wolf and literally picking the woman up so she could ride him. Ambition was able to just catch her with her short spear as they attempted to run, but it was not enough to stop either of them. Drawn back into the manor, Cristel told them to come back in the morning to help replace what was lost and to go collect their gold. So, for a quick second before we actually get into anything, I've talked to a few of you one-on-one. After you guys have been dismissed and essentially shoved out of the manor, leaving you guys just outside of the front gates, Flo, you took the liberty to attempt to go track down the duo. Whoops. Oh no. Okay.
Yes, and I tracked them down to the eastern set of docks in Lockmore. But after that, I'm probably heading off to... I'm assuming that oh my god, the
Guildmaster in
the guild
yeah.
Has a tavern at it.
Kinda.
No, like a guild hall.
It's kind of more like a guild hall. You would want to, I mean, it's about last call for the left-handed knight, but, excuse me, Cristel did say, go collect your gold. So, and Nim is probably expecting you guys to...
I don't want it. I don't want it right now. I'm going to the left-handed knight and getting the strongest thing they will give.
Okay. Okay, now I gotta figure something out here. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Okay, I think I can figure this out. So as the group starts to make their way, what would essentially be the intersection where you'd either turn right towards the markets or turn left to head towards the guild? Who is breaking off where?
Is this directly after the...
This is after Flo has come, like, you did come back to tell everyone what has happened, right, Flo?
No, I'm frustrated and angry.
Okay, so you were heading straight from the docks to the left-handed.
So we left the manor. Flo peels off by herself.
No, she leaves before we ever... Before the rest
Okay.
of us do.
Yeah.
So she pieces out while we're still at the manor, and now we've left the manor and we've come to this intersection.
And Deli's been chuckling to herself the entire time.
Mm-hmm. So Flo is MIA to you guys. At this point, a certain cleric had plans.
Indeed.
Okay. I'll get to Ambition and Flo in a second. The other four, what would you like to do?
Oof. We're missing...
Head back to report.
Okay.
What time of night is it?
Like I said, it's about last call, so it's about 2 a.m.
Ah, damn, the sandwich shop isn't open. Alright.
No, it is far from open.
Okay, so Dali's gonna skip down to the guild and...
Okay. So...
I guess I would also go to the guild if I see two people going that way.
Okay. And Poppy?
I would probably go to the tavern.
Okay.
AKA my journal entry,
Okay.
basically.
Okay. So, let me do the guild. Yeah, that's right. You did. So, let me do Poppy, Guild, Flow, and Ambition after that, in that order. Because that works
Sure.
in my head. Okay, so Poppy, you turn off, head to the inn. It is still open, even though it is last call. Usually they would close their doors by now. When you walk in, you see that Emin is sitting at a table. Ilmis is sitting there as well. Alx is in her arms, asleep. They seem to be chatting back and forth softly. There's a couple of waitstaff still there. But it's definitely like, they've kind of cleared out the hall, or excuse me, cleared out the tavern, and it's just them.
Okay. Poppy was hoping for some more distractions and noise. Because as much as she would like to like the party, deep down she's actually rather dejected. And it's very, very different from how things work back in the hunting guild. And so, peering around, she would nod to whoever's looking at her direction, maybe Emmons or whatever.
Yeah, Emin would probably be the first one to notice you.
Mm. And she would wave her hand to just take notice that she's noticed, and then go to the bar hoping to get something.
Okay.
Before it all closes up completely.
Okay. You see with one hand, with Alex against her chest, Ilmis takes one hand and covers the ear that's exposed to the room, takes the arm that's tattooed, knocks on the table, and you see a dark, inky, dark-skinned elf pop his head out. He's got brilliant blue eyes, white hair that's pulled back into a very thick braid that's braided, comes down to about mid-back. He's got a kind of a high-collared shirt that covers his mouth and it comes up just below his nose. And he looks at you, kind of startled, and then looks over to Ilmis. Ilmis doesn't say anything, she just kind of points, she gives like a double point at you. He gives a nod, and he goes about grabbing a tankard, and he fills it up for you and places it before you.
Okay, so she just thanks and nods her head and goes, so how much is this then?
He kind of looks over at Ilmis, and she kind of just shakes her head, and he kind of gives you like a double hand wave, like no, like you would be like, no thank you.
Right. She kind of awkwardly just nods her head. She doesn't really know how to interact with this very silent person. And then shuffles over to the table. She's still got a crowbar over her shoulder and looks a bit tired.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's quite a fit person, so she can go on for a very long time. But I don't know, she just seems rather just run down today.
Okay. Oops, hang on, give me a second. So you see that there's a tankard in front of Emin, and there's a tankard in front of Ilmis, and she kind of, they both give you a nod. Emin looks over at the door, looks at you. You're out late?
Yeah, we had, we just finished our job, honestly. We kind of went according to plan, kinda, I guess. I couldn't really see what happened at the end. I was running around like a headless chicken. Is it okay if I sit here? Am I intruding?
They both kind of give each other a glance and just shake their head. No, we were just discussing a few things. If you're tired, don't feel like you have to entertain us.
Oh no, I just need to hear people talk. Honestly, I don't want to say anything myself. So you carry on. I'll just I guess. Oh, look at Alk! See his little sleepy little bugger there. Look.
And he kind of shifts in her arms, and you hear, "Oh, chicken."
Is he dreaming about food finally? Could have fooled me with the way he was acting this morning.
Emin gives a bit of a smile, and he goes, "Well, he didn't have any work, and he wanted to grab dinner, so we ended up sitting here for a while. He ended up just falling asleep."
Oh, poor little chap. Yeah, well, anyway. So, how was your day? I'm making small talk because I'm awkward.
And their chatter, they chat with you about how the day was kind of slow. It seemed like even the tavern was slow. There wasn't much to be done that day.
I slightly lean over and sniff Emmons.
He smells like his usual alchemy self.
Okay, noted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's just a thing, okay?
He doesn't even, he notices
Have to
it.
check.
He looks at, he gives you a look, but he doesn't say anything.
No, don't worry.
Okay, let me put
Cool.
let me put a quick pin there. Let's go to the three that are heading to the guild. So we have Raul, Delcia, and Eric.
Hi.
Okay. So you guys get up to... Oh, wait. Freaking scroll to your appropriate goddamn notes. There we go. I had them already. Yay. So you walk in, and as you're passing all the side rooms, the ones that you had first noticed, Eric and Delcia, the ones that had been almost like makeshift armory rooms and meeting rooms, you can see a bunch of hammocks and sleeping mats rolled out. A lot of these rooms have just suddenly been converted for the night for quick restrooms essentially. Walking through, excuse me, walking all the way to the back, you get to Nim's office, and you can see her sitting there, speaking to three people. One of them you recognize. It's the fiery redhead elf Anthem. Next to them is a fairly large tiefling with deep red, crimson red skin. Her horns have these metal bands kind of wrapped around in almost they don't look like they're for fashion because they're kind of crude, but they definitely accent the large curl that comes around and behind her ears. She wears a very heavy shirt and heavy pants, and you can see that there's a couple of tools hanging off the belt that kind of hangs sideways, and her arms are crossed. On the other side of the desk stands probably not in a middle age, but a younger human male, kind of a fair complexion, neatly trimmed beard for what goes around, for what neat is for around here. Dark brown hair, kind of a odd hazel colored eyes, and you can see that he's dressed in a guard uniform. But he's got a little few more decorations on his tabard than you'd see on most people. And as you three approach, the man looks over, and he doesn't seem upset. He seems more worried, but he gives a nod, and he looks over at Nim. I suspect these are, well, at least 3 of the people you were expecting. She gives a nod. It's at least some of them. And Anthem and the tiefling step to the side. No, you're fine. Nim looks over her desk. I've already been told that there was a problem tonight. I hope I can get something of value from this discussion.
No offense, but who are you?
Who are you talking to?
The one who's saying they need to. Was it Nim who was saying value of this discussion? Or
Yes,
Was
it was Nim saying
Okay.
that, sorry.
Okay, never mind. Thought it was the guard.
Mm-mm.
It would seem somebody was targeting the possessions of your client and stole them.
Yes, a gauntlet was stolen by a lady and the guy turned into a wolf, and he ran off with the lady riding.
Nim looks over at Rawl.
What was her name? Flo, took off after them. We haven't seen her since. And not sure which direction she went in.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
You just see Nim.
I wish Poppy would have come with us. She seemed to know her best.
Yeah, Poppy went off somewhere else, so she seemed kind of down too. Which, I don't blame her. We were supposed to, guard the guy, and the guy did wind up, I guess, getting poison, and our cleric forgot he was a cleric, and then he remembered and went and unpoisoned the guy, I think. But the other two still got away with the thing. And, yeah. So the guy's still alive. We succeeded in that, and but we failed on protecting the possession. They kind of went through a wall.
The higher ranking guard who's standing there, he gives a nod. Yes, Cristel did say that he had 2 intruders and that there was a wolf involved. Truth be told, I suspected that he was just drunk. And he kind of gives like this, I don't know what the hell to do, like hand motion. And he leans his arm in his short sword. But now that you say that there was a wolf, this leads to too many possibilities I don't understand. I know something of magic, just what would let somebody turn into a full-fledged wolf, one big enough to carry another passenger?
I have no idea, but I'm sure they're long gone.
Certain?
Well, they're not going to stick around if they stole something of value, and the guards are going to be looking after them.
Unless they have a way to blend in perfectly.
True.
Can turn into a wolf, who's to say you can't turn into other people?
Nim shakes her head. I don't... I don't want to think about that at the moment. I've already been told to pay you for the night's work and to have you 3, 6, whoever's left. And she seems truly exasperated at this point. To return in the morning to help him. You're not obligated, but it would do the guild well if you did go.
Of course.
I'll see if I can find the others, or at least some of the others, and let them know.
Yeah.
You want us to take some money, or to the others, or do you just want them to?
And she kind of looks. Well, Poppy and Flo are usually together, and if one of them was here, I'd give the other one their share. And she rustles through one of her side pouches, pulls out 4 bags. Eric, Delcia, Raul, if you see ambition. And she kind of has this look. Again, I would appreciate if you did go back to his place tomorrow morning to sort this out. I would really rather not have this on the guild's history.
understandable.
I understand.
It's,
I personally didn't see anything, but I can make a full report of everything I saw. If you'd like.
Captain Mev here will be able to help you with that, since it's new ability. Any sense of professionalism that she would normally have just went out the window with that. And you can hear the tiefling kind of snicker. It's more like a snort snicker, but it's a snicker. Captain Mev will be able to help you out with the report. All of you don't have to do it. Just basics. And the man gives you gives the three of you a nod. I've been rude. I'm Captain Suvo Mev of the City Guard. I now have the unfortunate duty to look into all of this.
Ral, nice to meet you. Sorry it had to be like this.
Eric Takashi.
Dulcia, nice to meet you.
He gives you all like a small bow, but then he shrugs. I've met more people in way worse conditions, in way worse situations. It's not like he wants you arrested. And even Suvo looks like he does not want to deal with this at all. He's like, it's late either which way. I would suggest that you all get something of a good night's rest if you can. Go see Cristel about whatever he wants. Come meet me at the... Excuse me, I got the freaking hiccups. This is bad. Oh, excuse me. Come meet me at the main barracks behind the town hall. Just tell them that you're there to add to the report.
I'll make sure to get Am and Flo if possible. They seem to have gotten the most first-hand accounts of the perpetrators.
Okay. Well, if you see them before I do let them know. Nim speaks up. Whenever Flo and Poppy show up, I'll definitely let them know. Raul, you're usually seen with Ambition. If you see him, you let him know too, please.
I will.
You see Anthem kind of fidget. And even though this tiefling is tall, she's probably about like 5'9", and Anthem doesn't overshadow her. But but they still stand several inches taller. They kinda are like half behind this tiefling as they both listen on. And they kinda like tug at the tiefling's shirt, and she doesn't say anything. She just kind of like looks over her shoulder at them, and then keeps on listening to the conversation.
Excuse me. She looks up to the tiefling. Who are you?
When she smiles, it's very hard for her not to show her canines, even when it's not a full tooth smile. She's got these large incisors. Me, little one. Well, if you ever stop by the Midnight's Eye, I'm pretty sure. And she chuckles. I am Ramon.
It's so nice to meet you.
She gives like a quick back, like a head bow. It's nice to meet you too, little one. Though, as Suva has says, too bad it wasn't under better situation.
This is true. What is, if I may ask, you're interested in?
She kind of gives a shrug. I've been around for quite some time, and when you hear that some noble had his place broken into, you want to hear it straight from, well, straight from the source.
Ah, I see. Well, I didn't see everything. I think some of the others did though.
Suvo speaks up, and he's got this almost like a half helm, and he kind of pulls it off, and you can see he's got like this short undercut, and he tucks his helmet under. Well, if you excuse me, I have a blistering headache. Whoops, that's not the right accent. I have a blistering headache, and I need sleep, especially if I'm going to be dealing with this all tomorrow. So, good night, everyone. And he gives a nod to everyone and starts to walk out.
Sweet dreams. She doesn't seem like really affected by the whole situation.
Excuse me. What the fuck? Oh, Remmel looks over to Nim. I'll talk to you later, sweetie. Don't fret about this too much. And Nim gives a nod. She doesn't really say bye, she just kind of gives the three of you a nod again, and Anthem, gives a small wave, and the two of them, walk out.
Oh, I can hear again.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Excuse me. And as they walk out, Remmel has hooves. And when she walks, the floor kind of shakes. She's kind of stacked. She's thick but muscular. So when she walks, the floorboards kind of shake underneath her hooves, and as they hit the stone pavement outside, you can still hear her clicking. As she walks out. But Nim looks over the three of you. Go get rest. I have papers to fill out right now.
Is it possible that they could stay at the clinic's rooms and try to keep everyone in one place?
She kind of gives a shrug and shakes her head. I don't see why not. It would make easier collecting all of you.
Thank you.
Eric's gonna wait in the room after the other two leave.
Delcia's kind of waiting as well, so they're kind of gonna be there.
God damn it!
Awkwardly. Gonna kind of stop, and then she's gonna look up at him as like, you need to talk to her too.
Indeed.
When you're done, let me know. May I speak with you after?
Nim looks between the two of you. Fine, let's do this. Come on, hurry up.
Okay, so she'll step out.
Once she's out and Raoul's out and the door's shut, Eric will go to his knees and bow before Nim. Nim, son, I must apologize on behalf of myself.
Can Deli eavesdrop with your ear against the door?
I mean, this is a thick door.
Roll perception.
You can roll perception. Go for it. I mean, I don't think
I actually want to know if she can hear it.
I don't think Eric's being quiet, but this room is built.
And Vellum be in the room.
This is very true. So you would at least have it, but no, Delcia, roll for perception.
Wait, who's in the room? His familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Raoul is going full investigator.
Yeah. Yeah, Deli, as you can hear, muffles, but that room is meant to block sound, especially that door. Because sometimes you just need people not to fucking hear what's going on. So you hear muffles, but Rawl, you would hear everything. Before we keep
Anyways.
going.
Nimsan, I must apologize on behalf of myself. In a moment of... Well, I lost myself in a moment. I saw something in that man's collection that hit a nerve. And whereas I apologize to you because I brought shame to your organization, your guild, I have no intention of apologizing to a pig such as him. But I owe you as much.
She
I
kind of
misspoke and spoke in anger instead of calmness.
She leans back. Eric, stand up. This is, please. And she kind of makes a hand motion.
Apologies. Traditions. I'm not familiar with how y'all work.
I
And it
know.
stands up.
A simple bow does well. Listen. I particularly don't like the man. I try my best not to send too many people his way, but this was the first bill he's really asked for, beyond one or two people to watch the docks every so often. I sent you with this group because I knew he had a preference.
You mean his tendency to dislike anything that's not human?
And she gives a nod. And whether that will bite me in the ass now or later, what's done is done. Whatever words you exchanged, I don't know if you can make it right, but if you... And she kind of makes this like weird hand circle motion. If you want to restore honor, just show up and do whatever he asks tomorrow. Within reason, I don't need any more paperwork right now.
I will show up tomorrow as a means of apology, I suppose. I can make no promises whether I will stick around for it. But I will try. This group... Well, I have rubbed them the wrong way with my actions. And I've been alone for quite a while, so I don't know how well I will work with them, but I will do my best, because I owe you this much, at least.
She kind of gives a shrug. Truth be told, if he's going to be sending you off to replace this damn thing, I might as well be paying you guys a straight bill from the guild itself. More paperwork. Apology accepted. Honor restored whenever you get this done. Go to bed.
Thank you, Nimsan. At your leave. And he turns and he'll walk out. And as he walks out, he'll look at Delcia and give her a nod. And head down the stairs and out the door. I think there were stairs, right?
There's a very small, like, it kind of levels up a little bit, but it's like 3 steps next floor.
Oh,
3
okay.
steps next floor. But it's technically stairs.
Okay, well, I misunderstood the description, but okay.
It's fine. No. She's technically on the first floor, but that's a whole different story. With Eric leaving, Nim rubs her forehead. Deli.
Yes, mistress.
Oh, wait, Raw's gonna try to stop Eric. It's like, wait, you don't know where the clinic is.
Sorry, Mike was muted. Eric went straight out the door, didn't pay much attention. He probably wouldn't have heard him unless he actually chased him out the door.
Also, just for Eric's sake, Eric should remember where the clinic is.
Eric does remember where the clinic is.
Yeah.
Eric will remember this.
Okay.
That's not where Eric's going, mind you, but I'll let you do that if you want.
Raw will chase a bit to at least make sure you know where.
Oh, to double check that he knows where?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in that case, Eric would tell you. I was there with Ambition Son earlier today. I know the way.
Oh, okay, good. You're new to town, so just thought I'd make sure.
I appreciate you looking out. Rao's son, yes?
Yeah.
Thank you. He'll turn and walk away.
Okay. Deli.
Just so you know, he's walking towards the docks.
Okay. Okay, that timer's now in my head. Back to Deli.
Hello, mistress. Mistress Nim. And she shuts the door behind her.
Deli, it's been a long night. What happened?
White Wolf of the Red River.
Demons and Spore and... Was it...
Sorry.
She crosses her arms.
More demons, yes.
Are you telling me that damn fool actually did something tonight?
Yes. So,
Was anyone hurt?
let me think. I know his companion was.
He had a... Oh, that's right, they did say there's two.
Yes.
I don't know who he'd have with him.
Okay, so, from what I saw, I was stationed upstairs and not in the trophy room, so I didn't quite see everything, but apparently there was one of the serving girls, and then I guess she disappeared downstairs or something, and there was an explosion in the kitchen. A wine barrel exploded, and something about the guy getting poisoned. But people were rushing. Our group, our group from the guild was rushing downstairs, and there was this big wall of stone. And I found out it was the wolf, and
The wall of stone's all I needed to know that it was actually him.
Yep, and he was back there with her, and they made it through, I guess, a secret passageway. They took the gauntlet, and I knew he was planning on being there. Actually, kind of why I'm here. But yeah, they made it through the secret passageway, and then upstairs, and the wolf, and she rode him, and I think Flo hit her in the side as they were escaping, and she went off to track them. I don't know if she found them.
Well, could be one of two ways.
And ambition. Ambition removed the poison from Mr. Jackass Noble.
Well, if Flo ended up catching up to them, he wouldn't hurt them. It wouldn't hurt Flo.
I'm pretty sure, and that's if she managed to catch up with him. I know he can go really fast.
She sits there with, like, her eyes aren't completely closed. She's looking down at her desk, but her arms are crossed. Of course he would do it tonight. I'm going to send him a very strongly worded letter. I'm going to put it on the next ship tomorrow morning, and the next time I see him, I'm going to stab him in his stomach.
Please don't hurt Papa. I understand the position he's put you in, and I will do what I can to remedy it. But please don't hurt Papa. And she kind of goes up to Nim and she hugs her leg.
Nim will reach down and pet your head. Moon.
And feel her ears because her head's off.
Yeah, Moon, with this group, stay safe. I trust almost all of them after Eric's display of apologies just now. Quite a display, if I may say so.
Oh, the idiot apologized. That's nice.
I trust the rest of you. I don't know if they would back what you're doing, what he's doing.
I'm not sure entirely what his plan is either. But
I'll send that letter. Hopefully he'll send a response sooner than later.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes?
Can you send like a headless mouse with it, please?
I am not sending a headless mouse. Go to bed.
Yes, mistress. Have a
Night,
good night. I love you. Bye.
Night Moon.
And she heads out.
Okay. Where is Ralph in all this? He's outside?
Waiting just outside the room because somebody needs to catch up and slip out that door with Deli.
Alright.
Yeah, Bellum's still listening.
Yeah, Ellen's like,
Mhm.
what the fuck is going on? So what is Ral doing once Deli comes out?
That's a good point, Matt.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a good point. She was being called Moon and not Delphi.
Actually, just to keep everyone honest, wasn't someone supposed to go with that guard for a report?
No, he said show up in the
No,
morning.
he said joke. Yeah.
Right.
He was going to bed. He was like, no, fuck this.
I got it.
I would have done it today. That was him.
Yeah.
So after the doors closed behind them, he'd kind of lean in and go, Moon?
He's turning to her and said,
Yeah.
"Oh, would she react?" Would that be intelligence or wisdom?
I think it's a shock, so it'd be a wisdom. I have a DC in my head.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll.
Would that be a save or it doesn't
Yeah,
matter?
we'll do a save because it would be a shock to hear your name. Oh no! Probably out of instinct, because you haven't been called Moon, except by those who know it. Your natural instinct is to go, what?
What? Oh. Hey! Glad. How much did you hear?
All of it. And earlier, I did see you call them friends as you jumped on Flo.
Quick
hand.
insert here. Sorry.
What's
How much
fine?
was in the gold that we
100.
took? Thank you.
100. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone got... Once all the money's settled, everyone gets 100.
Her hand goes to her rapier, and she's kind of staring at him.
Oh, no. I was only going to ask about that. There's, I think I know a friend of your friend's, and I just wanted to put things together. I had no intention of turning any of it over to that man.
A friend of my friend.
A friend of, Papa, I believe you said?
She doesn't move, but you feel a slight breeze. Out of character, her tail's swishing back and forth. This doesn't go outside this office, yes?
It will not.
She pulls her glove off, and she reaches out her hand to shake hands.
And Raoul will shake.
And feel a fuzzy paw. My name is Moon, but please call me Deli.
Raoul's a bit surprised by the paw. Considering the
Nah.
halfling he's been seeing. I will. And I think we need to go see Emin.
Emin? Sure. Let us, it's a little late. Maybe in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay, well, stay up in the morning.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I'm sorry.
sleep at the tavern. So she's gonna head over there. I don't know where Raul's going.
Raul
He'll
did.
tag along because he's trying to get everyone to the clinic.
Okay. Gotta add that part to the timeline. Okay, cool. Okay, so I will get to ambition and flow because in my head, you two would probably hit the door at the exact same time. So, Poppy, you've been chatting with the NPCs, with Elmis and Emin for a bit. Was there anything specific you two want? You wanted to cover?
Yeah, she would have. She wouldn't have. She wants to say stuff, but she wouldn't do it in front of the people she knows from the party.
Gotcha.
So if I have a chance to do that, that's better.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably have, like, I'd say a few minutes, because, you broke off, and then Ambition, who is a little slower, would have rolled in afterwards. And Flo is still down at the dock, so because she's faster, like, this is how it's playing out in my head. Even though Ambition's slower, he'd get to the door about the same time as Flo, but you would still have a few minutes with the trio.
Okay, thanks. So she would be fumbling around with her drink, not really drinking it much. And after a pause, she would probably say, "So, this adventure in life, eh? It's not what I expected, honestly. But I'm doing it for my granddad more than anything." Do you know the Hunters Guild over at Greyedge? It's over the water.
Oh shit, you put me on the spot because I have a name and I can't frickin' find it now. Emin is in the middle of drinking and Elmas speaks up. There's a Hunters Guild up, almost directly north. It's a bit of a walk to get to, but, there's one there, I think. It's a breakaway group, but they've been there for a while.
Oh, maybe I'll take a trip down there. But I'll be going against what my granddad told me. He wanted me to experience, like, other, basically how other people live and how get used to how other people work, and honestly, it's hard. I mean, I tried to get along with the party members the other day, but one fella completely goes against what I've been, taught. Made me so angry. I nearly socked him one in the face.
Elmas, starts to laugh, but then she, immediately stops. And then you kind of look at Emin, and he just kind of gave her a quick glare, don't you dare wake Elks up, one of those looks. Emin...
Don't wake the baby.
Yeah, don't wake the baby. Emin speaks up. Well, it is hard to find people that you can work well with, to spend time with also. You and Flo get along well, it seems.
Yeah, I think that's because she has that, I don't know, similar upbringing when it comes to work ethic, I guess. Nah, I mean, my granddad mainly wanted me to get me to see the world because how my uncle's doing. My guild went through a lot of changes as I was growing up. Mainly due to what I was told. A big beast attack that took me mum. I don't really remember me mum, but my granddad mainly was one that raised me. So he's taught me all I know. But my uncle was far too busy. Did a lot of changes as well, as I recall. He got the guild, praying to Tamora And I do that every day, as I'm told, and just because it's apparently good for the guild's luck. But it feels so fake, honestly. No one really believes it. Just my uncle's always on edge after that thing that happened.
Ilmus speaks up, having now kind of gotten Emmon to stop glaring at her. And she kind of shifts Alex carefully. Well, sometimes you just need something to believe in. Even if you don't fully get it, even if you don't get a sign, or, it helps. It helps get through things. It could just be a person, even. I mean, I went through a lot of fights, a lot of battles, and I'm pretty sure I only made it because I watched this one gladiator cut down every foe in front of her.
That's amazing.
And she kind of grins. Well, it's why I ended up getting this tattoo. She had something like this. It was amazing watching her fight. I'm just glad I never had to fight her myself.
I certainly would have liked to have seen that. Oh, big gladiator show would have been really cool to watch. I've never seen anything like that, honestly. The only thing big tussles I've seen is against beasties, really.
Oh, she gives a nod. Well, as far as I could tell, she didn't always enjoy it. Whoever she was fighting for, I don't think she cared for him.
I see.
But that was a long time ago. Wow. Now I feel really old, thanks. Emin kind of raises an eyebrow and clears his throat a bit. Well, as Ilmus said, you have to believe in something sometimes. Even if it's a god or a person, it could just be a simple idea.
Yeah.
It's not too crazy.
I mean, I said I'm doing this for my granddad, but I've always wanted to try and find something about that beastie that changed the guild, really. They never caught it, They keep actually telling people that they did and they got it, but honestly, I don't think they did. Because there's no evidence. They usually have big hangings and we make trophies of the stuff we catch, but there's nothing. I can't find anything about it.
Excuse me, Emin thinks for a second. I mean, Elmas said there was that Hunters Guild up north. It's about, I'd say, almost a day and change of a walk. Tenia's Hollow. They kind of keep most of the monsters north. I mean, the big ones, at least. If whenever you're done doing work and you got free time, you could probably go speak to them.
Yeah, I might just do that then. I don't even know if it's a local beastie. It seems like just a story now. Maybe it's exaggerated.
And he gives a shrug. Well, some stories, they have to come from somewhere usually.
This is true.
Just about this time, Ambition from one side and Flo from the other. Is he still AFK?
Yeah, I think so.
Shit! Gel, come back.
I'm
Boss.
back.
Yay! Perfect
Perfect
timing.
timing.
Okay, so
Yay!
coming up from the docks, Flo, your quarry having thwarted you, and Ambition with thoughts in your head, you both kind of come to the door at the exact same time.
Oh, shit.
What was that?
Oh, that's in character. Just... Oh, shit. Why did everyone come here?
The only place to get a decent drink.
They're closed.
As you say this, the door is still wide open.
It's after hours.
It is after hours, but
This is less of a truth, more of a I didn't want anyone else to be here.
But just a note for those listening, the door's still wide open.
Look, either way, I don't care. And he marches inside to see literally more people in here than is usually in here when he turns up.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me.
Sitting at the table is Elmas with Alex in her arms, Poppy, and Emin. The drow is... actually, no, he'd be in the back, so you don't see him. There's probably some passed out dwarf who's got like a permanent residence in the far corner, snoring away. But that is currently your audience.
Eyes dart to everyone in order until they finally hit Emmett. At which point, Ambition grunts very loudly and says, Hey, Emin, I need a word.
He looks over... Actually, hang on, before you say that. Flo, what are you doing? You're just following in?
Yes, and seeing how everyone is, I'm probably realizing it's not the best time to get a drink.
I mean, the thing is, everyone at the table has a tankard, so you figure, it's friends having drinks.
Oh, okay.
Emin kind of looks at Elmas.
But I am there when, just like, behind him, or next to Ambition when he says that, and I kind of give him a look of what's going.
Emin looks at Elmas and then looks over at you, Ambition. Okay. He grabs his tankard and he makes a motion towards the kitchen, and walks that way. Elmas looks past you, Ambition, to you, Flo, and looks you over, doesn't even say anything, but gives a knock on the table, and you see a drow pop out from the back. Seeing that, he now sees that there's even more people, kind of looks nervous even further. Quickly darts behind the bar and starts filling up another round of tankards, adding one for yourself, Flo.
I see him filling up the tankard, and I'm like, I need something harder than that, if possible.
He looks past you, like he kind of like side tilts, looks at Elmas, and she gives a nod, and he sets the tankard off to the side. As
Ambition will pick it up on his walk through.
Yeah, I'll say, like, slides it that way, and he fusses underneath the bar, pulls out a glass, it's a very stout, short and fat bottle of a very dark amber liquid, and just kind of leaves it there for you.
I grab it and I chug from the bottle.
And you can only see from, like, nose up, but you just see his eyes, like, squints, and he's just, like, it's clear he's not, it's either the fact that you're chugging a very expensive bottle, or the fact that you're chugging gut rot. Or maybe both, But he kind of steps back and makes his way to Elmas. Elmas carefully hands Alex off to him. She pulls out like a small coin purse, hands it to him too, and the duo leave out the door. Alex, you hear grumble something. It's not in a language anyone knows, but he grumbles something, so who knows what the little guy's, dreaming. Flo's chugging, Elmas and Poppy are talking, Emin and Ambition are in the back of the kitchen.
To be dick, and I'm sorry to everyone who wants to have fun. Ambition casts spiritual weapon in the form of a big fuck-off axe and puts it directly in front of the room, in front of the door to the kitchen.
Okay.
Do I see this?
Oh, yes.
I mean,
It's
if you
not...
turn around, you would see it. But you'd probably also hear him casting it?
Oh, yeah, no. He draws it straight from his chest and throws it right where it needs to be.
Okay. Poppy stands up and backs off a bit. Like, what are you going? What's going on, mate? What?
Ilmus just kind of... She grabs her tankard. Wrong accent. Whatever has Blue Boy upset, I wouldn't worry about it. Emin can take care of himself.
Okay. Get Alex away from this shenanigans then.
Oh no! Yeah. Oh no! The drow took Alex from Ilmus and left.
Okay.
Probably like, okay, yeah, he should probably still be in. He should finally be in bed, probably.
Gotcha.
Okay. But
Flo sets down her
new bottle.
the probably half-drunk bottle, and just kind of glares daggers at Ambition.
At his back as he walks through the door.
You've never been back here?
No.
No, I'm saying you've never been back here. It's a fairly decent, it's a decent sized kitchen. Everything has been cleaned up. There, you can see that things have been hung up. There's, pots and pans kind of dripping. There was a very low fire, with some sort of mechanic, or mechanism that's actually slowly, turning this huge rack of something meaty. And Emmett doesn't stop there. He goes further back into the pantry.
Flo has actually gone up and is following them in there because...
You're going to run directly into my spiritual weapon. Just so you're aware. I put that there for a very good reason. And I apologize.
Ilmus would have seen you get up, Flo, and she would have been like, "Leave the boys, whatever it is." And she kind of just gives like a shrug.
I'll do as I please.
And you will?
And I'm going to walk to the door, and I'm
Spiritual
guessing
weapon
I'm running
doesn't
into this.
Yeah, the spiritual weapon doesn't do anything. It was a bluff.
And I slip past the spiritual weapon, and I bark at the two of them. Haven't we gone through enough shit tonight?
Personal matter, thanks. Also, at about this time, if she did come in, she would have seen Ambition reaching very ungracefully underneath his armor, lifting it much like a skirt at his pockets. For smoke. Nothing in particular. It's just armor is heavy and maneuvering is not great.
Emin, with his free hand, would have waves at you, Flo. I screwed up on something. I asked him to get something the other day, and I owe him money. He's not shaking me down, don't worry. I just kind of put him through hell.
Can I insight check this?
Go for it. Where's my die? Shit!
Can I insight just to see just because Poppy has no idea what's going on. So she's just trying to read the room, basically.
Hang on. I gotta check Evans's stats.
Do remember?
Poppy continues to not know
Poppy
what's
continues
going
to
on.
have no clue what's going on.
Well, Poppy's like, booze!
All that thing I said earlier, this is why! This is why! I have no idea what's going on.
Poor Poppy, but it fits her.
Oh.
Ty goes to the defender, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so... Because he's got a very high persuasion/deception, but rolled like shit. So yeah, it came out to 16. You get the sense that he's telling the truth, that he did, have Ambition do something, and Ambition's probably pissed about it. And this is them trying to sort it out.
Lighting his candle on the nearest lantern.
I'm gonna stay and watch.
Thank you.
He's telling the truth, but I'm...
Look, this is great. I don't know you that well. Gonna need you to leave. I put that thing there for a reason. I may not have intended on using it, but I figured most people would have been clever enough to get the point. Full on, no more tiredness, no more eye aversion. This is a completely different person you're dealing with.
It's like when Majin Buu opens his eyes, you know you're in trouble.
I think that might have been the most weeb thing I've ever heard Rose say.
Yeah, you like that one, don't you?
I'm gonna choose to be nosy. Because we've all had a shit night.
Emin looks between the two of you. And Ambition, having worked with him for some time, there's a clear shift from stoic to annoyed. Which doesn't seem like the common person. Emin always looks annoyed, but this is like you catch it hard.
I do, or Ambition?
Ambition. I mean, you're looking at him, but you haven't worked with them in that much.
Do I notice the shift in him going from stoic to annoyed?
What's your...
I've got a 19. I had a 19
Yeah,
passive.
you'd probably catch it. It was like, it's just enough.
Used to be 21. I don't know where I got 19 from.
Flo, I do appreciate you being nosy. But I have hours. If you want to talk, just catch me in the morning.
The thug that is Ambition is just sitting there smoking, sending very mean looks everywhere.
I mean, Flo's also got her pipe in her mouth. Looking equally annoyed just because, well,
Look,
she saw...
I tell you what, Emin. Give me the money you fucking owe me. And Raoul, I'll get the fuck out of your hair. We're gonna talk again, though. Promise you that. Sooner than you'd like. Sooner than I would. I don't appreciate this. Didn't appreciate it then. Don't appreciate it now.
What do I know about Emin? I mean, I know he's an alchemist.
Alchemist, herbalist, short with words, but intelligent. Probably a spellcaster, from what you may have
What do
caught.
I know can be done with alchemy, though?
A little bit of everything, essentially. You know that you can make potions, poisons, other alchemic chemicals, acids. It really just depends on how you go about it. Hearing this, Emin, he places his tankard on one of the shelves, kind of opens up his robe a bit, and you can see like there's 2 layers before anyone starts catcalling. He shuffles through and pulls out 2 sacks and hands it off to you, Ambition, and straightens his robe.
We will talk about this. And next time, you can milk them your goddamn self.
Thank
Now
you.
I cock an eyebrow.
Poppy continues to look confused.
Milk them?
Not your business. I liked you. You are fast running low on my fucking patience. And he storms past her out of the fucking tavern in the direction of the graveyard.
So,
Thank
Poppy goes to Flo now and goes,
Oh no,
Don't
sorry, but he
imagine.
completely ignored her.
yeah, that's fine. Flo, do we have to work with these people again?
Given our fuck up, probably.
Alright.
Emin comes out of the pantry through the kitchen, finishes off his tankard, and leaves it on the bar. He gives a nod to both of you. Don't hold it against him. I did screw up.
Yeah, but there's ways to react. That's not one of the ways.
It could have been worse. He gives a bit of a bow, and also to Illness, who's gotten up for another tankard. Well, whatever happened today, you probably all should get rest. Good night. And he starts heading out the door.
Yeah, you take care, mate.
Quick
I'll
shift.
see you around.
About 10 steps going towards the graveyard, he actually stops and heads towards the clinic.
Okay.
But not his room.
Okay.
Towards a certain back room.
Okay. We'll get to that in 1 second.
Sure.
With Flo and Poppy still left in the inn. What do you call it? And Illness is going for another tankard, but she's cleaning up. What do you two want to do?
What
Care
to?
to go get our money?
Yeah, sure.
It was so sad. I feel bad.
Poppy,
No, it's fine. Hey, Illness, do you want any help in here?
And she kind of looks over to the dwarf that's now drooling on the table. Nadius, go get your money. Go get rest. You deserve it. Tenia's Hollow, the place that Emin talked about.
Yeah.
I'll see if I have a contact up there.
Yeah, that'll be good. If I need a break, I'll go there. Okay, sure. I'll see you tomorrow, maybe.
I'll be here, as always. And she gives both of you a big, toothy smile.
Good night then, love. And then she just leaves, I guess, out the door.
There's a J. Michigan frog out the door.
Flo goes, wraps an arm around Poppy's waist, and kind of using her to balance because she pretty much is just gone in
Still exhausted, right? Yeah.
before they left.
You haven't eaten in probably like 10 hours. And you just drank a half bottle of...
No, I finished that bottle.
You were
On
fucked.
the way out,
You were fucked.
I mean, I'll make a Constitution save
We'll
to
get to
try
that.
and not be fucked.
We'll get to that.
You like your Constitution saves, don't you? You have no
Love it. Love it. Yeah, I'm like freaking...
I love my Constitution
Okay.
save.
So, with Flo hanging onto you, Poppy, you two make it up to the guild.
would we have passed them? Because that's where we were. We were headed to the tavern.
You two would have... You pairs... you would probably come at like the crossroad again, where like originally you broke off. You'd be probably passing at that point. So yeah, you'd see each other at that T section essentially.
Yeah. Well, I guess I feel like Flo's weight like slumping down a bit, so I'd support her a lot more. Like, you know, arm around the shoulders, that kind of thing.
Well, Deli's gonna see them, and she's gonna go bounding up. Poppy, And Flo!
And I notice that Flo reeks of booze.
Woo! You fell into a tankard or something.
Yeah, she drank. I didn't even know she was out of drink. He's just gone in a blink of an eye. I'm impressed, actually.
Ooh, do you need a hand there?
Yeah,
Fine.
if you grab a shin or something.
Look, you take her by the shoulders, I'll grab her by the ankle.
All right then.
No.
Shush you!
Oh, this image is great. I love it.
Can I make a check to not be grappled?
You wanna? Okay, so, well, I think when you're drunk, you may have an advantage to hang on. You know what? I want to go Google that right
This
now.
is acrobatics.
Oh, acrobatics. So you probably definitely be at a disadvantage. Go for it. Screw it up. I want to see you roll 2 20s just to end this.
Drunk reflexes. Come on. There.
Oh, that was if you two, I was like, no, Raul's not doing anything yet. If you two want to make counter,
okay, sure.
It would be athletics since you are attempting to technically grapple her. Poppy, Poppy, I would say advantage because you already had her to a point.
All right.
This is fucking great. I love D&D.
Hey.
Poppy!
My grip. You remember from last time? My grip is strong.
No.
Like kind of catching up now. Miss Flo, hey, would you like that to end?
Stop fighting it!
So yeah.
Flo, stop! You trolleyed. Come on.
Let us help.
So, should we go off and get the money then?
Oh God!
Huh?
Oh my God! You did the same
Oh
thing
no!
that you did.
Oh no!
I mean, I'm technically poisoned.
You are poisoned.
Awesome.
This is what Chiyu did with frickin' Crom.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh my God. So, explain what you're doing, Raul.
Well, Flo restrained, he tries asking her if she wants to stay like that because of experience working with some people who come into the clinic drunk and don't want it to end, but not really able to get a word in because of all the struggling. He just puts a hand to her face, and you see the glow.
Hand to her face, nice.
Wow, we now know how
Like,
wrong
on the
baptism. Oh, I was thinking like old school Southern baptism, like just full
just
face
like
grab,
palm
dunk.
to forehead.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an exorcism almost. Exorcism of alcohol. May the spirits leave you, get it?
Okay,
Haha.
so
Bravo! That was amazing.
No need.
That was awesome.
Yes, that was great.
So
Okay.
it was an exorcism.
Okay, so Raul, you reach out and you touch Flo's face, and the magic sinks in, and that warmth that has overtaken your brain flow, and kind of made you not as murderous, as to start to recede, and recede further. And you suddenly start becoming a little bit more aware that Poppy essentially has a death grip on you, not moving anywhere. And you've got a floundering halfling at your shins. And Raul is standing in front of you. And you come to a sudden and gross moment where you go, fuck, I'm sober.
Why did you sober me up?
Oh, can you stand now?
Oh,
Oh, that's great.
couldn't get a word in.
Did you do that, Ralph? That's great. Good job.
Thanks. I'm glad I found you two, though. I got you room at the clinic.
And And they wanted to let us know that you need to go to the guild to pick up your pay. You tried to bring it.
Oh yeah, that's where we're trying to go.
Yeah.
That's where we're trying to go.
Oh, and we have a job for tomorrow too. So.
Oh, okay. That was fast.
Same idiot.
So, right. Okay.
And full reports to make with the guard captain, city's guard captain, not that
Not
guy.
Noble's guard captain.
Yeah.
Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Is Eric coming along? So just so I know in advance.
I think he is.
Okay.
He made a rather grand apology for his behavior. And
Shelly kind of looks at Ral, and then she just shakes her head. And
Said sorry?
he did. Got on his knees even.
Let's hope after all. Okay.
from what Miss Ilmith said, yes, he made quite an eloquent apology. And she's just kind of staring at Rawl. Or Miss Nim, not Miss Ilmith. That was.
Well, I'm like wrong person.
What was that?
I said I was saying I'm like wrong person.
Yeah, wrong.
So heading to or back to the guild hall.
Heading back to the guild hall.
Okay.
Shelly is skipping.
Real quick.
Well, since Flo's sober now, I'll let go, obviously.
Like, set her straight. Real quick. I know you said Eric was going to go to the docks. Was there anything specific you wanted to do? Was it just...
Eric would go to the docks, and he'd look for, like, an empty pier. Like, there's not a boat docked at it. Preferably the one that the pier he arrived on, if it's empty.
Yeah, the pier that you arrived on, there's only a couple of boats, and it's very easy to find it. But yeah, the pier is empty. Or at least that dock is empty.
He'll walk to the very end of it, like, so that he's, like, right there looking at the water. He'll sit down, like, kind of traditional cross-leg style, and he'll pull out that, like, gourd-shaped thing that he carries with him, kind of raises it to the side of his head and shakes it. Here, it's, like, half full. And he'll look up. Is the moon and stars out? Can you see those?
Yeah, it's actually almost a full moon tonight, but you can see very, very, very far in the distance, because it is so clear, that there is a kind of like a line of clouds starting to roll in. But they won't be here. They won't be there for many, many hours. Probably not until, early afternoon or late morning.
So he'll sit there, and he'll uncork the thing and raise it up to the moon. Say something under his breath, which I'll message you, and he just kind of takes a big drink out of it and sits there watching the sky, drinking probably through the entirety of the night. And he'll take out his paper and write his letter at one point while he's sitting there. Yeah, I'm gonna take that exhaustion point probably. Unless somebody like comes up to him at any point, he's just gonna stay there the entire night until morning.
Sorry, I was typing something. I was like, I have to mute myself or else it's just going to be really taka. Okay, that's fine.
So yeah, unless any of the group or somebody comes out and tells him, you can't be here, or they come up to talk to him and like kind of, I guess, snap him out of it, he's just going to sit there, probably finish what's left in his gourd, unfortunately. And write his letter, which is essentially his journal entry from.
Thinking about
session.
it, you'd probably be able to sit there for maybe an hour, maybe two, just because it's so late. But then you kind of hear footsteps, and if you look over, you hear this fat, portly dude. Kind of looks like he's got like an apron on. He looks over and goes, "Oi! None of that on my night! Up, come on!" That was probably
Eric will
really loud.
sigh. take another drink from his thing, cork it, and put it back. So he wouldn't have, at like an hour or two, he wouldn't have wrote the letter yet. So he probably would have got back up and headed towards the tavern
Okay.
to see if he could just get a room.
Going to the tavern, you see like the tavern lights themselves are low. The door is closed. Opening it, doesn't seem really anyone about. There is a old dwarf in the corner, asleep, snoring quite loudly. You'd probably wait a couple of minutes and then see Elmas come down the steps, kind of like loose pants, tank top, looks at you with narrowed eyes. Really? This late?
I didn't have plans of coming back this evening at all, to be honest, but I got shooed away from my resting spot.
Well, you kind of also stood me up.
Many apologies. I had something to take care of, something I left unfinished. I am...
You sweet bitch. You sweet, sweet bitch.
I'm terribly rude for that, and I could never apologize enough. And he lets out a very noticeable, like, long sigh.
She walks over and... What, Eric's like 5'9"?
Yeah, he's about 5'9". Okay. He's almost 6 foot.
Okay, she's got a couple of inches on you. But she kind of looks down at you, shakes her head, kind of raises a hand to like pat your cheek, and then hooks an arm into yours and takes you upstairs.
Okay.
Leads you back to her room, probably shares her private stock, but you get a night's rest.
Okay.
Does he though?
Listen.
Yeah, does he?
Listen.
Really?
Listen, I rolled an 18 on something, okay? So we'll figure that out later.
Just thought I'd ask.
I'll get to you, Ambition, since we already got that. So to the 4, I almost said quad, but that just sounds weird. To the 4, going back to the guild hall. You get to the... usually I have to worry about Twitch chat. It's you guys in-game chat. That's the problem.
What?
You guys get to the hall. You see, like, a couple of the other lanterns have kind of been snuffed out. You can, looking down the ways, you can see Nim is still sitting at her desk. She's got an elbow resting on the desk, her hands in her head, and she's writing up something. Hearing you enter from the very end, she immediately looks up, and you can see her eyes have in the low light, she has a very, very faint glow. She takes a minute to realize who it is, and then she kind of, like, even though it's a great distance, you can kind of get the feeling that she's kind of giving you the dirty eye, Delcia. Like, what the hell did I just tell you to do? But she keeps writing.
She'll just shrug, kind of point to those with her.
As she's writing, she sits up enough to reach inside of her desk and plops two more stacks down, and she doesn't look up, she just keeps writing.
We were told something about another bill for tomorrow.
Nim kind of nods. Well, Cristel wants you guys back tomorrow. And I was telling the others that I would really appreciate it if you did go do whatever it is he needs you to do. Just so that we can get this squared off and I'm not having to...
I don't know if it'll help, but... She then reaches into her pack and pulls out the two pieces of parchment that she drew their faces on. I got a decent look at the two intruders.
She takes the two and looks over. Can't really say I recognize either of them. They haven't come through the guild, at least. I guess we can hand these off to the captain.
Would I know by the man shape-shifting that he is a druid?
Yeah, I mean, you've grown up around druids. I'm gonna bet at least $5 there's a couple of druids in Elderbank. So you would have known that, a dude just randomly shifting to a massive animal would be more likely than not a druid.
The man is more likely than not a druid. And a woman had some training of her own. I'm not entirely sure, but the man definitely has a experience of being a druid. That is how he was able to shapeshift.
She gives a nod. How many saw this wolf that I've been told about?
I think Eric might have. He was moving for the front door, and
He did say he saw...
I was heading downstairs.
I do give as much of a detailed account of what happened.
Okay. Nim starts kind of... You see you're piecing things together. Okay. Captain Mev has requested all of you to see him in the morning. I would say do it after you're done with Cristel's request, whatever it is. I'm writing up papers to essentially make it a bill from the guild to go do this. Even though the job for him is complete, we need to fix this.
And we will do so.
Well, we can certainly try.
We will catch up to the wolf and the girl, and we will tell the wolf it is a bad puppy, and we will tell the girl she is a bad girl, and we will get back to going.
The
Wolves
wolf
I
is
can deal
not
with.
an actual wolf.
Oh?
The wolf is a man.
Oh. I think I get it.
Druids possess the ability to change their form into that of animals.
Oh. That's pretty nifty, that trick.
I wish I could do that.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Everyone just, yeah. Nim kind of side-eyes everyone. Okay, well, do what you need to do tomorrow. I'm going to write up what I need to write up, because now there's even more paperwork to be done. I'm going to have somebody else cover the morning for a bit. I need sleep. You all need sleep. But thank you for dealing with this as best as you could have.
He was a sneaky bastard.
No, we'll get it fixed. We'll get it fixed.
She gives you all
You can
nods.
count on us.
A brief request.
Okay.
If we retrieve that gauntlet of his, I, on my own terms, and not as part of the guild, will be punching the bastard in the face with it.
At which point,
You...
Del starts laughing her ass off. Like, so hard she falls on her ass.
You see Nim immediately bite her lower lip and kind of looks down. You know what?
Don't do it!
If you do it, at least have witnesses.
Oh, I'll make sure there are witnesses.
Good. And she kind of does like a shooing motion. Bed, all of you, please, because the longer you are here, and as much as I appreciate your company, I have still work to do.
Of course, Mother. Let's go!
Mother?
Mother? Like, even Nim's like, fuck?
I've been calling you Mom, like, all night. Alright, guys, let's go.
Nim just gives a shrug.
What?
And, yeah, Deli just grabs Poppy by the hand and just drags her out. Come on, let's go to bed. Ralph said something about rooms at the clinic, so we should go there. That sounds nice. With, like, you know, everybody being all alone.
Sophie.
Wait.
Actually, no. To be honest, sorry. I kind of need a night to myself. I need some quiet moment.
Is Deli wearing footwear?
Yes.
Or is she barefoot?
Yes.
She's got boots.
She's wearing footwear. She does have boots.
I see where you're going with
sure.
that.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if she was barefoot like me.
No. She wears boots.
Okay.
So, as you all leave, Poppy, where are you heading?
She's gonna turn down Deli's offer. She just wants the night to herself, a peace of quiet in her room.
Okay.
Sorry, I hope you understand. I hope you understand.
I do. But I hope you have a good night, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Let's go get sandwiches before we head out. We'll get like, you know, 6 of them. We'll tell her we need 6, but we won't share with anybody.
I like this plan. Yeah, sure. Okay. We can try it.
See you tomorrow morning.
I see ya.
Okay.
Good night, Flo.
Good night,
Good night, Ral.
Deli, Ral.
Good night.
I'm going to head to my room in the guild.
Okay. So you stay behind at the guild. Poppy heads to her own room. So it leaves Deli. I keep wanting to say Moon, but I gotta say Deli right now. Deli and Ral.
Can Deli give Flo's like a quick hug before they head out?
Give Flo a quick hug?
Her leg, yeah. Because that's as much as she can reach.
I'm gonna say like that's all you can reach right now.
I don't know. Flo's tinier than I am. And
Okay, maybe
Ambition's
up to her
5'4".
kneecap.
You know, you're like at my waist. You could hug my waist.
Okay, she'll hug her waist. Yeah, she's like 3 foot tall.
Yeah, you could hug my waist. You're like a kid.
Okay. Yeah,
Flo kind of relaxes for the first time since the party and reaches down and just rubs the top of her head.
She's still not wearing her hat. She feels something fuzzy. That's not hair. And, Deli kind of pulls away real quick. Oops. Look at her face. Okay, I'm really tired. I gotta... And runs out.
Okay, thank you, bye!
Flo will remember this. This is twice now. Flo will remember this.
Come on, Raul, I'm tired. Let's go.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Well,
Tomorrow.
Okay.
today.
Today,
Later.
yeah. Okay, let's break this down real quick, because I got one more to do, and then it's the night, and then we can get to morning. So, Poppy goes to her room, Flo stays at the guild, Raul and Delcia go to the clinic, Ambition has a quick stop, and Eric's settling in between the Green Mountains. So, Ambition. Yeah, there you go. Doesn't matter what he wants, he's the little spoon right now.
Kind of hard to argue with someone stronger than you.
So,
that sounded...
so you started to head the way you know, and then now kind of realizing, we call it, seeing that you're in the clear, make a sharp turn to the clinic, make your way through a couple of rooms. You see that it's your buddy from the night before at the desk. He sees you come and he goes, "Oh, no, hang on.
You'll get this.
Ambition.
What can I do for you?
Doc said there was a couple of people that came in from Korik, or they've got like a nasty cough or something. Nothing to really worry about. But he said if you're going to be traveling outside the city, just kind of let them know before you leave.
Unfortunately, I actually haven't spoken to the right people. I'll let him know in the morning. For now, you haven't seen me. I'll get back to you tomorrow. Good night.
Haven't seen you. Gotcha. And he looks like he's totally not going to argue with you. So you make make your way through a couple of back rooms. And you get to a particular door, and you open it, and you find Emmon's garden. Emmon sitting by the even more. It's only been been about 48 hours since you've been in the garden. The tree that was there, it almost looks like it's sludgy, and it's just kind of collapsed upon itself. But Emmon is sitting there.
Tell you what, happy enough to know that I wasn't the only one with this idea. Better still, happy enough that I took that walk, cleared my head a bit. Better spirits. Sorry about the shakedown. Needless to say, it wasn't my intention.
He gives you a shrug. Well, we have, it's clear we have something to talk about.
Yeah, we do. And let me tell you, the others found out. Pretty sure you'd have to sit in a cell for a while. Not unsure you won't end up there anyway.
He gives a shrug. Well, I had to try something.
I thought so.
Come morning.
What was it?
Oh, did you want to continue, or did you want to?
Oh no! If we can just get that, since we already did this.
Yeah, yeah, we can.
Oh
that's,
yeah, no,
that's
that's
what
fine.
I was like, shut up.
No, excellent, wonderful
no.
then.
Yeah. No, never mind. Flo, you're sober, so it doesn't matter. Eric, you got sleep. Come the morning, Eric, Elmas is up probably before you.
Probably.
She gets up
Though-
and does her thing.
The Poppy went back to her room. Was Poppy's room at the tavern?
I don't know.
Oh,
if
goodness.
It's whatever the Ventures Guild put me up.
Oh, it'd be at the Adventurers Guild then.
Yeah.
Well, then she wouldn't have left the Adventures Guild. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say if Eric was running into Poppy or not. That was my question. So I guess
Walk
not.
of shame. So Ilmis gets up. She lets you sleep for a bit, until probably about what would be considered early morning. Then she's like, you gotta get up at some point,
I would have been awake.
Still. So
Eric's an early riser, no matter how late he goes to bed. He's an early riser.
Aren't all men?
Actually, you know what? Give me
Thank you.
give me a Constitution save. I want to see something. No. I want to make sure to see if you got enough sleep.
14.
Oh fuck. You're feeling a little like you didn't quite get full rest. You're feeling you're feeling it just a little bit, but you might be able to shake it off throughout the day.
Do I have a point of exhaustion?
No, not yet.
Okay. To be fair, I was completely content with my original plan of taking a point of exhaustion.
If you want the point of exhaustion, here you go.
Although this is more. No, okay. I'll go without it. I'm just saying this is more sleep than Eric planned to get originally.
Yeah, I mean, comfy bed, company and booze.
Eric's gone many nights without sleep before.
Yeah. So
for many different reasons.
So you got sleep. It's probably not quite a full rest, but you feel pretty good either which way about the amount of sleep that you got. Poppy and Flo, at some point in the morning, probably before. Oh, excuse me. No, you're both kind of early risers.
Actually, before. That's fine. When I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
To the best of my ability, I'm going to, with the special brush,
Mm-hmm.
a little miniature version of the gauntlet.
Okay. How big do you want to make this?
Big enough to fit on my pinky.
Oh my fucking lord! That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, make a little finger gauntlet. That's adorable. Yeah, yeah. You can do that. That's not a problem. When you make it, it pops out, and you see that there's little. It's made of leather and metal. From what you can guess, the leather is at full size. The leather is quite thick and quite heavy. You got this shit down. You've painted in like little scars and little the scratching, the small dents and the small pieces of metals that were on the gauntlet. You've got pretty much an exact replica of this damn thing on your pinky.
Thimble.
It's adorable.
Pinky gauntlet.
Yeah, pinky gauntlet. It's all the rage. So you do this. Nim would have sent an assistant up to each of your rooms to collect you. Because it's one of those, let's rip the Band-Aid off, let's get this over and done with. But she would have called you down to her desk before you guys headed out.
Can I ask that we get like a 5-minute break before we start doing this?
Yeah, no
last
problem.
bit, and then we're trying to get done early tonight, but
yeah,
just a 5-minute break so I can go to the.
7-hour session. Let's do it.
No.
I'm not saying
could
that's
do
for
it.
5:30.
Most of you couldn't.
Okay, hang on. Go ahead, Shell. Go ahead and take your 5. I'm just gonna wrap up a few chatty things then,
Okay.
and then we can all go on break. But yeah, Nim would have sent the assistants up to grab you too. Brought you before, but just do what he asks you to. Get it over and done with. I'll be paying you out of the coffers, so you don't have to worry about doing all this and not at least getting something out of it. What do you call it? Rawl, Delcia, and Ambition. You're all at the clinic. One of the hands, or clinic hands, I don't know what they call them, comes and grabs the 3 of you. Delcia and Rawl, it's Suvo standing there. Looking a little worse for wear. It looks like he didn't really get much sleep. Ambition,
Remind me who that is again?
Suvo is the guard captain.
Okay.
The guard from the previous night. Ambition, this gentleman's completely new to you. Looking over the 3, he kind of starts piecing names and faces together. I apologize for the early morning call, but I was given your name, and he points to you, Ambition, that you do stay here, and I do apologize for the rudeness. I'm Suvo Mev, Captain Guard of the city. I'm unfortunately having to help with the whole investigation that happened at the manor last night.
Have I not met him, being what I am to the city?
Probably not. I mean, you haven't gotten in trouble. You probably maybe seen him around?
I was more wondering if he ever caught a bullet or something and ended up in my ward.
I
say a bullet, I guess an arrow.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, Suvo's got scars and whatnot, but because he's a little bit older and he's got a little bit more, like, decorations on his tabard, he probably hasn't seen battle in a while.
Okay.
So, he's kind of more of a, not a figurehead, but more of a tactician than actual combatant.
I'll shake his hand then.
Yeah.
Shake his hand and formally introduce myself. Ambition, medical office. I'll do what I can to make your job easier.
Oh, well, with Cristel, nothing tends to be really that easy. Let's go. And he leads you 3 out of the clinic office. You guys swing by the inn. He tells you to wait, and he goes in. My brain just completely died for a second. Eric, probably as you're eating. Illness.
Eric wouldn't be eating a lot, so.
Oh no, I mean like, picking at whatever Illness, because Illness is like, motherfucker, you stayed a night, you gonna eat. Suvo would have come and gotten you as well. Who the fuck am I missing? And then taking another turn with all 4 of you in tow, would have grabbed Poppy and Flo, and then led all 6 of you up to the manor. So, Suvo has collected all of you, brought you up to the manor. At this time, even though, like, when you first woke up, the sun was, just climbing over the city edges and whatnot, the clouds that you saw, Eric, last night have finally kind of hit the shoreline. Things are kind of getting darker, a little bit cooler. The
bit of salt in the air before it rains when you're on the coast.
Yeah. It's I mean, at least for some of you, it's very familiar. But it's definitely there, and it's definitely rolling in. And as you get up to the manor, that scent definitely kicks in. Anyone who's near Suvo, you can already smell that he's maybe had a couple of drinks. He's definitely probably didn't have a good night, so he was going face first into that tankard early morning. But he definitely still seems professional and whatnot. But he leads you up.
Probably have the lingering scent of
only a hint. I mean, it's not like they bathed in it or not.
I mean, I still drank a decent-sized, heavy bottle.
Mm-hmm. This is very true. So
thank you, Lesser Restoration.
As we call it, as you guys start climbing that hill, that last little bit, just inside the city gates, you can actually see some of Cristel. I almost said a different name. That would have been a totally wrong name. Cristel's guard is actually waiting. And as you guys approach with Suvo, they start escorting you up to the manor. And inside the manor, there's a lot less guards than the previous night. You don't really see any of the servants around. It kind of just seems like the whole place is just empty at this moment, even though it is morning. When you go through the double doors, you see Cristel himself standing there with Thio, another guard, and as Suvo approaches, leading you, Cristel looks over, gives him not a hard glare, but very, looks at him very hard, and then looks at the rest of you. Well,
Wait, did he look at me very hard? Is that what he said?
no,
You
no,
said?
he looked at
Oh,
Suvo.
okay.
Well, glad to see that all of you have shown up to help clean up the mistake you made last night. I'm actually surprised. You'll be doing me a couple of favors to pay this off, and Suvo will be making sure you complete them. Now, before any of you get upset about what I'm going to ask you, it's a couple of items I would like you to collect. He turns to Suvo. I'll send them your way once I'm done. And Suvo, he looked professional before he walked into the doors. Now standing near, Suvo is pretty average height. He's probably like a hard 5'8". Standing next to Cristel, it's a very sharp height difference and body size, body shape difference. Suvo doesn't look too good standing next to him. So Suvo gives a quick nod and goes, "Yes, sir." And gives you all a nod and quickly heads out. I need to leave the city for a few days. Give you time to go get what I need. There's 3 things. Well, obviously you've seen that I like to collect rare items. There's something called the Scribe's Quill. The archivist, that's the word, archivist. The archivist up in Coracre knows something about it. There is the mines up in Coalfell, as far as I know, that were supposed to have black sapphires, but it's run out. And the jeweler refuses to tell me where she gets hers. And about the time I come back, a shipment that I was waiting on should arrive also. I figure if you can't protect the original item, you can at least protect and make sure the replacement gets to me.
What's the timetable like on all of this?
He kind of looks about. Well, I'll be back in about 5 days. The ship, if... and no many, god damn it. And no more storms really upset the traveling schedule, should arrive about when I do. As for the sapphires, Coalfell's not that far. But the Scribe's Quill, I don't know much about. All I know is that I want it. And he gives this very wide smile.
Right. Where was the information about the Scribe's Quill again?
The archivist up in Coracre.
Coracre.
I don't remember the man's name. But he seems to be the book type and likes history. So he would be the best one to ask.
Hmm.
And is this shipment actually slated for you, or are we acquiring it?
He looks down at you and actually takes a step forward. Little one.
Friendly reminder, we are with the guild.
Oh,
Everything
I know.
happens is legal.
Little one, you've never failed to impress me. And he gives a very toothy smile. Unlike some people, I don't steal. I don't have to steal. I have the money to buy what I want. The shipment is for me.
Eric would mumble something under his breath very discreetly.
Name of the ship that it will be arriving
I
on?
kick Eric's ankle.
Eric is not standing anywhere near Poppy.
That genuinely makes sense.
One's in the library, the other one's in the kitchen. The harbor.
What is the name of the ship?
He gives a shrug. The harbor master would have more information on that. Actually, Thio would have more information on that. And Thio's like, kind of gives this look like, oh shit, what is the name? But Cristel takes a step back. I appreciate the fact that you've come back to actually take care of all this. And I do hope it doesn't affect any further dealings with the guild.
Hey, look, we fucked up. We didn't completely fulfill the job we were given. And we have to make good. So, good faith. Mistress Nim runs a tight ship.
She does, and I appreciate it. I figured I would go back to her when I needed a little bit more manpower. I would have liked better results, but I'm fine. Yes, there's a hole in my wall, which I need to get repaired now that I think about it. Theo, and the man snaps to, yes, sir, we have masonry, he's just stumbling over his words. It'll be fixed, sir. And he kind of turns and skitters off, and Cristel has this very, very wolfish smile, like Catty at the Canary type thing. Well, with that, as I said, Coraker would have your information. The jeweler would have the whole thing about the black sapphires. Hopefully that she'll be a little bit more accommodating to you. And I have to be off. Now, if there's any questions, you can ask Theo. And he gives a very short, curt smile to the group of you.
Thank you for the faith and the second chance, sir. We shall not fail you. She thinks much silently to herself.
Ambition turns towards Theo, makes his way over to him. Very tired. Slow. He is slogging today.
You see Theo, we call it. Theo is standing there, and you can see that the doors to the kitchen, it's the lower half of the kitchen where you'd be able to see where the wine casket had exploded. Theo's talking to one of the guards. He sees you approach, and he kind of looks you up and down. Well, with him gone, the task to handle this is now on to me. What can I do for you?
Shipments. Plans. Arrival.
Ship
What
name.
are we guarding?
He thinks for a moment. He kind of like ruffles through his jacket and he pulls out and he unfurls. It looks like something like a receipt. And you can see like there's different items listed. It's supposed to be coming on the Cambria. I've never heard of the ship. As far as I know, it's usually far, far west from here, but that's it's coming on, along with other supplies for the manor.
The ship that's coming in is extinct?
What?
No, the ship that's coming in doesn't normally sail these waters.
You said coming from the west?
Far west.
No, Cambria is an extinction
Oh, the
event.
time. Yeah.
Stop.
You know what? I make up a fucking name, and it happens to be frickin' either which way. He looks it over. This is the only one I have, but you have the name. We'll make sure somehow the guild lets the dockmaster know that guild people are coming to collect the shipment. And he kind of gives like a side eye.
It's nothing alive, is it? That might eat us, or, evil enchanted item that also might eat us? She kind of stares up at him.
His brow comes together at your last comment. No, it's armor and supplies and art and more art. And he kind of like quickly unfurls the paper again. A lot of art. I mean, folds it back up.
How big is the shipment?
He opens up the paper again. Probably...
Just keep it open. We're going to be asking questions.
He just gives like a dirty look. I'd say probably a dozen boxes or so.
That's a lot of weight to move.
So
Well-
we need a cart and horse.
You wouldn't be moving it, you'd be guarding it. That's why we have staff.
Forgive me my ignorance. Multiple trips to the dock, or will you have enough to move it all at once?
We'll make sure that if we need to procure any additional carts, we'll have it to do it in one motion. Not to say that we expect somebody to steal our stuff, but there are definitely the unsavory types in this city.
And
Yes,
outside of it.
there are.
Deli's not helping.
Right. The rest of it we find elsewhere. You don't have that information. If you'll excuse us.
And he gives, like,
Unless
this-
anyone else has questions.
No.
Eric never actually walked up.
Theo, would it be fine if I took a look at that showroom again? I want to see if there's anything we missed last night in the confusion.
He, the guard that he was speaking to, he kind of makes like a wave motion. Go inspect. There wasn't much left except for the stone that appeared out of nowhere. I would just ask that you don't touch anything as usual. If you wish to explore the now exposed passageway, go for it.
Thank you.
The guard starts heading that way and he goes over to the library. Whoever can follow can follow.
I'm just
Rob,
keeping
how do
an
you
eye on
feel?
Eric. That's what I'm doing.
Eric is just standing in the same spot he has been, mostly like looking out towards the ocean.
Cool. I'm just standing there. That's it. I'm keeping an eye on you.
Okay.
Okay. With the
Actually-
split up, Vellum's hanging out on Ambition's shoulder.
Oh, jeez. That's always fun. Okay, you know, other than
You
let's...
have no idea.
So let's actually switch over to that since you want to look. So the guard leads you down, and you see the... Like I said, the gauntlet's obviously not there. I didn't update this map. But you can see that everything's kind of been cleaned up. The stone that was left behind has been cleaned up. There's a little bit of dust from it. It's a different color from the marble. But everything looks in place, cleaned up and whatnot. The passageway that the thieves and Flo took and Poppy took. I think, did Poppy go through? No, Delcia went through.
We both
Poppy
did.
did too.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, I was like, I'm
Eventually.
like,
Out
wait.
of the people who were in the
Eventually.
basement when the wall went down,
We all sprinted through.
Rob
I
was
was
the
after the
one
last
who
hour.
didn't.
Yeah, everyone but Ambition went, because Ambition went in the opposite direction.
Like, oh shit, I'm clear. Okay. So yeah, so you come down, you can see that everything's been cleared up. The passageway is open.
Okay. First up is just the standard investigation, which I don't think oh well. Oh,
Hang on. Where the hell is this stupid freaking track?
Flo is actually gone outside and is waiting for everyone else at this point.
Okay.
And Ambition stops in the library because he hasn't done his spells for the day.
Okay. That's fine. Flo's outside. Eric and Poppy are standing still. Raul's downstairs. Investigation.
So in this case, Vellum is still with you.
Flo
until she
actually
comes back up.
takes Poppy, tries to take Poppy. After she will come.
Wait, still with me?
Yeah, I never made it all the way down to the bottom, so if you need Vellum, you take her with you, Ral. I have some things I need to get done before the day can begin, and given the rush this morning and how I feel, I haven't gotten around to them.
So Billy will follow Ambition because he said he wasn't feeling.
Okay. What were you? Is there something?
She'll come back then.
Okay.
After he wanted to inspect around the gauntlet first.
Okay.
While
The-
doing so, flipping through his notebook to get to a specific page.
Okay. Looking at the table that the gauntlet was on, you can. The table's it's a normal wood table. There didn't seem to be anything like really holding up the gauntlet. It was just laid out. There's nothing really to find. You do see that there's like a faint, like little sliver of tinted glass. And when you look over the case that's holding that's holding the skull, one of the back corners have been chipped, and a small shard of glass has fallen off of that onto the table. But other than that, there's nothing really to find.
Is the guard still in the room with me?
He's he doesn't seem to be interested. He's just kind of standing up the stairs. He's like halfway up the steps, but he's more so kind of like half standing on his toes to peek at the floor to see what the hell the tiefling's doing. So
If he's being stared at, Ambush is just going to go downstairs and not deal with this shit. This is not the morning for him to have to deal with any of this.
Well, it's not like he's staring. He's just trying to figure out what the hell you're doing. He's a little confused by that.
Oh, well. So long as he's not making a big deal of it.
No. It's more like he's trying to see, and then when he can't figure it out, but he sees that you're not actually doing anything, he's just like, okay. So he's half distracted, but not really paying attention mostly.
Is Ambition standing, kneeling, sitting?
Sitting at the I only see a couch there, sitting at the couch and scribing away on a piece of vellum. Well, not vellum, but
Write all your spells right in her face.
What would he do?
She wouldn't like that.
What would he do if Deli started giving him a massage?
He would move away so fast.
Okay, she will stop.
Pull.
And then she will go sit on the floor near his feet and just sit there sulking. Saddest halfling ever.
Can't see you.
Oh, what have you done? Look at that face.
Yep, can't be asked. I have to do this. This is how everyone stays alive.
Okay.
I think everyone stays alive if you remember that you're the cleric.
Well, I said that out of character, and everyone has managed to keep that in character, so that I have to live with that now, don't I?
Yeah, you kind of do. You kind of do.
It's so awesome. It's the best.
So you don't really find anything really of importance investigating the table where the gauntlet was.
Okay, so getting to the page in the book he's looking for, it's like a circle of different sigils. And he turns to guard, doesn't actually care. The guy's not paying attention. And I'm sorry, this will be a few minutes, as he set the book on the ground with those pages open.
Okay.
And starts
So it's real quick.
going away with that ritual.
Okay, so what pings you is 30 feet. I'm just going to give you what is completely in the room, just because I figure you'd be moving about a bit.
You look around the room after it's set up. Yeah.
So pretty much everything on the bookshelf that's in the top left comes up as magical. You can guess that they're probably scrolls of some sort. The floating rods come up glowing. The sword comes up glowing. The mantle, the shield, and the golden brass bottle with smoke kind of leaking out, they all come up as magical.
And the skull? Is that still there?
The skull is there. It doesn't come up as magical.
Looking at the scrolls, do they have any kind of like title or writing on the outside?
No, it's just the case with the skull.
Now the scroll.
Oh, the scrolls. All the things that are on the shelf, all the scrolls, they're in scroll cases. They're not just like sitting out. So there's like probably about 30 or 40 scroll cases individually like packed. And they're all...
Are they like labeled?
They seem to have some sort of labeling system. You're not quite sure what they would be. It may look like it could be like the caps have either different markings or different colors. It seems to be a combination of the two. But there's no thing that says, hey, this is a fireball scroll, this is a teleportation scroll. So you'd have to pop them up to figure out the theme, pop them out to figure out the theme about what's in them.
And they'll probably not be happy about doing that.
Just a bit. Meta, just a bit.
Wash your hands, turn the
page. Wash your hands, turn your page.
Any kind of lingering aura from where the gauntlet was set?
No. The table comes up perfectly clean.
Okay. How about the tunnel? And
like
where the wall used to be as well.
How far into the tunnel do you go?
Say like about there? About as far as any light would carry in.
The light would get you almost halfway, just because there is no light naturally in the tunnel.
Oh wait, I have Vellum with me, never mind.
You do. So you could walk the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll check the whole thing out then, with
okay.
Just knowing everything there's magic.
As you get to the bottom corner, you catch something through the wall, but when you look at the wall, there doesn't seem to be any way to, like, go through. So you're not sure if it's something on a hidden room, or if it's, like, hey, they built this house and there happened to be a magical item in the dirt and they don't know. Or whatever it is.
I'm gonna follow the tunnel through more, and it came out. The tunnel came out up here in the top right.
It came out. Hang on. No, I don't want to move it. Ooh, don't move. Do not move. Get off the map layer.
Storage room past the kitchen.
Yeah.
Anything left? Oh wait, that's still a hole in the wall, isn't it?
There's a hole where, like, the stairs come up. There's still a hole. You can see that there's a guard on the outside, just guarding the hole.
That room across from the showroom, were we ever showed that?
No, because it's
okay.
Everyone who went through
together, like, where that connects.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, so if you go through the display room, you go to the right and then you go up. That hidden hallway connects at the very top, and when you come out of the tunnel, you're facing the stairs going up. You weren't shown it because Theo didn't, kind of figure it was important because there was no reason for you guys to be down there. It's essentially the storeroom. And those stairs come up to the back steps in the upper pantry area. So anyone who ran through the tunnel would have come out through the basement storage and then up into the kitchen storage.
As soon as I'm done writing up for the day, I will follow down after.
Okay.
With Deli
So you do-
after him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm not piecing this together right. The room that I'm pinging, you actually go through there as part of the tunnels?
Are you pinging on the upper map or bottom map?
Lower.
Bottom
Lower,
map.
okay. Yeah, so where I'm pinging right now,
Uh-huh.
that's where the door would be.
Okay, so I would be in this room if I followed the tunnel through.
Yes.
Okay. So because of getting that little bit of magic down there, I want to go to the back wall of this room to see if I could sense it from here.
From there, you would. It's very faint. It's nowhere like the other items, which were just like, hey, we're magical. This is very faint.
Can I do like an investigation of the wall to see if there's another door around here?
Yeah, that whole wall is lined with wine casks. But yeah, if that's where you're standing, you can go for it and see what you find. Okay, looking around, even with Vellum, you two take a few minutes and you look. You're running your fingers over the walls and you're kind of half climbing onto the cask and like poking around. Solid wall.
Solid.
Okay then. I'll make my way back upstairs and to everybody.
Okay. Ambition, you came down?
No, if he's coming up, then I'll run into him and just turn around.
Okay. Yeah, which way did
I'm
you
not
go?
in any great rush to run into
I would make my way back through the tunnel and up.
Okay. So the guard's still standing on the stairs, disinterested, but when he sees you come out and he's like raising an eyebrow, but doesn't say anything. You head back up. I like how there's just chat, and I love reading it as everything's going on. So with everyone back on the first floor, where to?
When Raul gets back upstairs or bumps into Ambition, I was like, I didn't really find anything new aside from everything down there.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Right.
enchanted.
Probably should have mentioned that before you went down there. Must
Yep.
have looked like...
For that skull?
Trust me, that brings its own can of worms. I'll explain that to you later. Which reminds me, and in full view of the guard, because he doesn't care, I will hand over the gold that was given to me last night. I forget how much that is. You could actually
100.
talk to...
No. This is
No,
this is
no.
the money
No,
that
this
Emin
is-
owed them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Raul's kind of forgotten about this, so he's a little confused.
Yeah, got that money that we worked for.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'd forgotten to, fortunately. Now's not the time. Oh, you have to ask Rose for the exact amount. I'd already taken it down, and I've accidentally
Oh.
I already sent it to him.
Right?
I
No, somehow, like, numbers aren't parsing to me.
No, that's
I don't know
fine.
why.
You would have gotten 100 from the guild, and then this number from Emin.
Okay.
Deli's like a real cat. Just sticks by your ankles, gets in the way. It's like you got food in your mouth. You got food in your hand. She's just staring at you like you're gonna drop a piece, right?
Right, we should get to the others.
Right.
Hey, look, if there's anything I can do to help, just let me know, okay? Okay.
No. Yeah.
I won't.
It's nothing big now.
Is that a short joke?
Little one, I am 5'4". I have no room to be making those jokes.
I'm still smaller than you. And she kind of giggles. And she goes,
That's fair enough.
is he wearing like a tunic or what's he wearing?
He's back in his full armor.
I may have dozed off.
Ah! Welcome. Good morning.
It worked out. I took a minute. Well, apparently I took 10 minutes.
It's okay, so I haven't missed anything.
No,
No,
it
it's
was
Nothing
just
that you
investigating.
didn't know.
You can literally catch up by reading the chat.
Yeah.
So, Jelly will kind of smile up at him and give him like a little tug on his armor. And just, and she'll walk off.
And she knows. Okay.
Okay. Where you guys? Where would you guys like to go? Because you've been given that the shipment should arrive in about 5 days. Coraker would have your information about the scribe's quill, and that the jeweler would have information on black sapphires, because the mine in Colfell no longer produces them.
Reading back over the list, I'm actually going to dig back into a sack again and produce that thing he got in the mines. That very, very deep, dark blue gemstone.
Jelly's
Yeah, it's very, like, even holding it up to like one of the lights in the manor, it's very, very faintly you can see the light through it. But you do get that hint of blue.
Right.
What's that?
This might be part of our job.
Well, I suppose that makes things a little easier, but I'm not taking anything from Coraker.
What?
If that happens to be where the scribe's quill is.
Why would that matter? Don't get me wrong. This guy's a... How far are we from the manor before I start bad-mouthing?
Did we leave the manor? Did we leave the manor? I know.
I think
I was about to say, did we? I don't
I was
know.
waiting for
I think you're in the main hall still, where there's a couple of guards and
Yeah, okay.
Ryo.
Oh, I thought...
I'll just
Because Flo's
immediately
outside.
catch
It's
myself.
Flo teleports.
Okay, I guess
Flow
Flo's
teleport.
inside now.
Oh, well then.
I mean, you guys can start making your way.
So,
I will if Poppy, Eric, and the crew will want to finally leave. Otherwise, we've had our chance at fun. They have theirs.
Does Eric see that you have this gem that he's looking for?
No,
Will you show this to him?
I'm genuinely waiting to be outside, and yeah, I probably will, but we'll see.
Okay.
I don't want to. I don't actually want to pull that out in front of Theo. He might actually know.
Thio's not paying attention to you guys. He's nose deep in something else. Looks like more paperwork.
It's deep up his own ass.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Mm.
well, perhaps we should, go to the nearest place first, and then the other place. I mean, the shipment's not going to be in for like 5 days, so.
Well, if you go to Corey, Kirby and Flag been there before.
Which is why I'm not taking anything from there.
And Eric and I have been to Colfell, so.
We can always ask, though.
All this still, we'll ask, but if it involves taking from someone, I'm not doing it.
No, I understand. I understand. We're
I'd
not
rather
thief.
not do that as well.
We're not
I
thief.
agree as well.
I have an idea. Let's ask Alex about, the scribe's quill and the black diamond.
Seems like if anyone.
Oh, I have an
know.
idea. Fly. Come here. Fly. No. Come on. So I just whisper to
Leans
Fly.
in.
Okay.
What if you draw the thing? We get to have a look at what it is, and then you draw it. Like you did the trick before.
It doesn't quite work like that,
Oh,
unfortunately.
that's a shame. For a split second, I thought I had an idea. I felt good.
oh, wow. That was
No, I'm still taking the idea. That's fine.
Okay.
Did Ambition pull out that gem?
Yeah, the moment we were outside. That same.
Oh,
that
so-
same idea. Still pull it out and I still look at it.
Yeah, so seeing that, everything would kind of piece together for Ral. I was like, oh, I don't want to go back there.
Yeah, neither do I. But
Back where?
that's where I
Where'd you
picked
get
this
that?
up.
That's shiny.
This little trinket I found in a mine in Colfell when Ral and I had to deal with a rather unsavory customer.
Ah, I see.
You showing everyone?
Yeah.
Is
Here.
that thing
I
you
don't-
needed to milk?
You had to milk
What?
My word.
Can you milk? I know there's a saying. It was like wring blood from a
From stone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
As a note to everyone, this thing looks pure black.
Is that coal? Nah, it's too. It's not rough enough.
No, this isn't coal. This is, and I flick it over to Puppy.
Wait. Okay, catch.
Yeah, looking at
That's
it
very
carefully, you can see that there's a very faint hint of blue. I'm getting now this fucking manor music. It's killing me.
I'm gonna hold it up to the sun.
Hey, Dollet,
For all the good it'll do. Yeah.
what's Ambition's tail doing right now?
Ambition's tail is probably actually wrapped around his left leg.
Ah, damn. Okay.
Terrible. Okay. So you put two and two together. You know where black sapphires may be found. Did you want to go talk to Elks, or did you want to go try to sweet talk the goldsmith, essentially the jeweler of the city, to find out what she knows?
I hand back the stone to Ambition. Oh, do you know? If we found that in the cave, maybe there's more.
That's the idea.
Might be more of the other
having to
thing.
go up there, but yeah, that's my worry.
Why not just
Maybe
use that
familiar
one, or
with
do you have some
crawlers.
kind of attachment to it?
I have a funny feeling he wants them in greater quantities than just this tiny little thing.
This thing is probably like not even a half an inch like big. It's like, okay, so you know the small gobstoppers?
Yes.
It's smaller than that.
Did he specify?
No, he didn't. But
No, Eric asked that to the
oh,
group.
sorry.
He seemed to be looking for a sword.
He's a greedy shit.
Exactly. That's why we give him a small amount.
I mean, hate to say this, because I don't like him any more than any of you. It may not appear that way, but I really don't.
No,
But
he's a
I'd rather
racist
have
fuck.
him. I'd rather have him out of our. I spoke with Nim last night. She doesn't want to deal with him. I'm sure you all spoke to her. I'm sure you all understand that. I
I
don't
don't give
have.
him any extra trouble.
I don't have the energy to deal with him for very much longer. So, the faster we can be rid of him, the better.
And
If
to
you'll excuse me.
Coldfeld and Corey.
Fuck me, I feel tired. I'm getting out of this armor.
You don't want to be traveling in that if you're going to be going to walk around.
Should we get a wagon so Ambition can take a nap while we go?
No, I need to get out of this armor. I need to get into something lighter.
Sounds good. So where are we going first?
Coalfell is closer, but
The jeweler
I
is
don't
closest.
know. Yeah.
And I will once again remove the jewel and give it to Rao. I'm going to get changed. I can meet you all there.
Okay.
No
That's what I
problem.
want to do. I'll meet you guys there as well.
Okay.
Cool.
So, Delcia, where are you going?
Alex.
Okay. Ambition's going back to the clinic.
Yep, me and Vellum are taking a ride, apparently.
And
Ambition, you want to meet up and go together once I'm done with my...
That's fine. When I'm done, I'll make my way over to Alex, yeah.
I mean, everyone's kind of going the same direction because it's still the main markets.
Right. I
Yeah.
have to get to...
So you kind of all get there and then scatter. So let's do these 3 interactions, confirm what's going on, and then we'll tie it up there.
You said tie it up there?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Okay.
After,
Not now.
Once we get these quick interactions done. Alex will take
Okay, well
forever
then
because
worth pointing out, when everybody starts separating, Eric will kind of just blend into the crowd and disappear, well, as best as he can, and kind of just disappear.
No, I'm keeping an eye on you, mate. You have to try and stealth it.
Okay.
Nice try.
14.
I would assume that coat gives you a disadvantage. It is bright.
Fuck.
doesn't matter.
My coat is black.
Doesn't matter.
No, you have.
Yeah, my coat is
Kimono?
black. My kimono is a black kimono.
I mean, he would stick out if Poppy wasn't distracted.
Yeah.
What's your
Got
passive
that.
perception? 13?
She rolled for it though, so yeah.
Yeah,
Chris, you're right.
she's actively looking for him.
No, it's fine. I tried.
So Eric, if you want to message me what you're gonna do, Ambition, are you just going straight to the clinic, dropping off your stuff, and then...
Yeah, from the nightmare last night, he just feels fucking sick as a dog and wants to get out of his goddamn armor.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do the jeweler, Alex, and then we'll end it after that.
Sure.
So you guys head to the jeweler. No, I haven't gotten to read this one. This makes me very happy. Where are you, sweetie? I know you are. Okay, so, the jeweler, the Exalted Fire. Nestled into the side of the blacksmith shop is a smaller, more delicate store. Is where a delicate store sits. The outside of the building decorated in dark steels and silvers, and a hint of gold is found on the sign that sits above the door. The holy flame that is the shop's logo, almost shimmering in the light, reading the Exalted Fire. Inside, there is a high desk in the back corner, a slightly hunched figure working on something with a series of magnifying lenses before them. Their ice blue eyes remain focused on their project, not looking up until a smile crosses their face, and they sit up straight. Looking at them, you can see that this woman looks almost elvish, but her skin has a very faint light blue, as if snow had been tainted by a drop of dye. Her white hair is pulled back into a series of small braids, and streaks of cerulean weave into the mess. Along the hairline, the small shimmers of what looks like jewels seem to be embedded in the skin, giving almost a scaly appearance. Her ears are decorated with hoops and gems, and the only jewelry you actually see on her. Her hands, wrists, and neck are bare. She dresses in a very fine light purple robe, and the edges slowly sway as she stands. You realize, despite being connected to the blacksmith shop, and the nearby door barely holds back the sound of metal being hammered, the shop is cool, with the breeze running through it. Though there is no window open, and the wind continues on when the door closes. As the 4 of you step in, the woman carrying herself kind of highly and almost snobbishly, but she welcomes you with a gesture of her hand and a smile, motioning to the cases about the room. And when she speaks, there is a very soft hum that follows. Welcome to the Exalted Fire. How can I help you?
Rob pulls the small stone from his pocket. We were asked to find stones like these, and hands it over.
And she takes it and she rolls it, and she's got these long, thin, delicate fingers. She rolls it about, and you can see as she holds it up. And she goes, well, there's not many places around this side of the ocean that you could get these. Has somebody made a trip to Coalfell recently?
I did.
Well,
My partner found it in a cavern that we went to as part of a job, but
she nods.
we were under the impression that the mine had dried up, so we wanted to double check.
She kind of gives a shrug and hands the gem back. Well, for most parts, the mine is dry. You'd have to go quite deep to find a new vein or a new formation. Black sapphires are rare, but most opt for onyx, with a hint of magic to get the same effect.
And you can see Ral just kind of like, I don't even know, like a non-audible groan at the thought of going deeper into that cave. So it's just kind of like his head lolling back, and he just rights himself again.
Just the the woman
Oh God,
chuckles.
the aftertaste.
The woman chuckles. I mean, do you really need them? There's plenty of better options than those.
It's a picky client.
Client. Well, how about this? Since your client probably doesn't know the right side of an ass compared to his own, if you return some black sapphires to me, I'll give you a perfectly unseemingly alternative. And pay you as well.
Thank you. I'll talk to everyone about it. Thanks. Did Poppy and Flo come here too?
Yeah, but Shell's kind of half asleep.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just Poppy would just be like gulping at all the shinies.
It is.
No, she's not used to going into this type of shop at all.
Yeah,
Like, she might stumble in one accidentally. This lady that runs the shop looks like a gentry to her. Like, wow.
Yeah, like if she wasn't an elvish appearance, you'd kind of expect her to have been at that party last night.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has this air of snobbery, but she doesn't actually give that off when she speaks to you guys.
Poppy? Flo?
Yeah?
You familiar with crawlers?
Crawlers, let me think. I guess, can I have, can I roll nature?
Yeah, nature, go for it.
Not really particularly well versed in the crawlers.
You've heard of them? You probably weren't given actual orders to go kill some, because it's kind of like low man on the totem pole has to probably go kill them. So yeah, you've heard, maybe seen a drawing or two. Don't really know what they do.
Okay. I mean, my place
Ral,
is water, so maybe I haven't really encountered them.
I see. And Ralph starts digging through his satchel, pulls out a notebook with his little sketch and notes on the crawler. You're going to want to bring something to deal with the smell.
Smell? What is it with smelly things? Hey.
Don't know. But
Alright, I'm thinking.
these things are rancid.
That's a big one. Taking noting of the. I assume you note down the size and what.
Yeah. Yeah. I also.
No. I'm used to dealing with large creatures.
Yeah.
No I could adapt.
I got some teeth and a mandible from it too.
All right. Thanks for the info. No. If I study these notes, I should be all right.
And Raul took very detailed notes about the encounter. Maybe a word or two off in the side of the notes that may be a curse in another language, but you're not sure. But I just imagine Raul writing in Celestial whenever he has to curse for some reason. That's just the image in my head now. So gathering the information that Raul has just told you and shown you, you are now familiar with crawlers.
Thank you.
We might have to deal with a few of those.
Oh, that's fine. Bigger they are, the harder they fall, right?
Oh, the one we found was big. I think it nearly took the cave with it. Oh, wait, did it fall out behind us? I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out that way.
Yeah, so the elvish woman stands there. But did you say this outside the shop or inside the shop?
Probably would have gone outside first.
Okay. When you left, she would have gone back to her desk and started working on whatever she was working again.
Helicopters, no. Oh, they're getting closer. Damn it.
I don't mean to laugh at that. It's just the way you said it.
No.
Being stopped by the old helio bird.
Matt, if you want to message me what Eric is doing.
I'm kind of debating at the moment, so
Okay.
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, no problem.
Did the notes specify any known weaknesses?
No, but there would have been a note about how the fire kind of fizzled out on their mucus layer.
Okay. Did you actually write the notes down? Can I get a copy?
What were you about to say?
Picture in art.
Alright, continue, sorry.
There's nothing that complete written down. Actually, it was on the sketch and stuff that I had in arts and references.
Okay, I'll bug you after game about that kind of thing.
Okay. When you looked at that page, though, there have been conspicuous drawings of a flower and a tree that weirdly has like a fleshy pattern under the bark.
Does that look familiar to what we saw in info?
Give me an intelligence check to recall if you've seen something like this.
Straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
Oh, is that
This
is
is
dumb
not-
stat?
This is not gonna go well.
Oh shit, that is your dumb
you
stat.
You might
Oh!
crit.
This is
You
not
did
gonna...
not. Never mind.
Close. Close.
Yeah, it's just that we encountered the tree when fighting the centaur, and
Yeah.
I know that we took the
Yeah.
flower.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
like the thing is, you never really got too close to the tree. Like, you kind of got close, but not too close. You were probably like really focused on that centaur.
Mm-hmm.
I'll roll for because I think Shell's like passed out. I'm the DM. I have his sheet. Hi.
There it is.
Hi.
I was gonna
Heard
ask
my
you.
name.
I was gonna ask
Please
you
Roll
roll
intelligence.
if you
Roll
could.
a what now?
Intelligence,
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Roll
Check
good.
or throw?
please. Check, please.
Come on, finally interlock all of our stories. Well, us four anyway.
Most of them.
Yeah.
There we go.
The picture in Raul's book definitely reminds you, Flo. This picture of the small tree definitely reminds you of the tree that you found in the Centaur's Grove. Similar leaf patterns, bark patterns, and
I
this.
don't want to defile that thing.
Hmm?
Oh, I'm me saying stuff out of context and out of character because I have dozed off twice now.
No, it's fine.
Basically, we just looked thumbing through Raul's book. He showed me stuff about crawlers, information about that. Then we saw a page that had a drawing of the tree and the flower. That's very similar to the one you saw at the Centaur's magical grove of one.
Probably when y'all step back out of the shop and are done looking at the book, you'd all take notice that Eric's gone.
You don't know why that drawing is in his book.
It looks like the tree, but it's not the same shape or size, but definitely has the same patterns.
Mm.
He's gone again.
Okay. I'm gonna ask, should I roll something to check Flo's reaction to that?
Flo's pretty stone face. It could have just been something she found very interesting. But it wouldn't probably have given you anything. I mean, if you want to roll, go for it. Yeah, roll perception. Fucking, let's go for this shit. Okay, fuck. Yeah, you definitely... Flo's really interested in this.
Yeah.
It's it only came to me because it's something like weird and specific. And there's weird stuff going on right now.
Trying to not be obvious about it. Oh.
Oh, wait! It's a natural 20, though. But, I mean, here's the thing. There's definitely a reaction, but it's not as volatile as, like, oh my god, it's there. It's, oh, that's really interesting. So there's a reaction, but just not something that would feed into, oh, why do you find that so interesting? You know, like one of those things.
It's just kind of like a brief opening of the eyes and then back to stone face.
Yeah, essentially. It's a wharf eyebrow. So now that you've shared that info.
Can I roll perception to gauge if I see what's going on?
Yeah, totally, go for it.
My perception for paying attention.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, you're right there.
Yay!
Hey, there we go.
You definitely see Flo raise an eyebrow, which kind of makes you go, why is she... Okay, hang on. Maybe I have seen this. And that kind of rolls around your head for a few. Give me one more intelligence check. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Me or Poppy?
No, Poppy's
There you go.
fine. There you go. It clicks. You're like, oh, it's the tree, but it's not the tree. But it is the tree.
Hey Flo, is this the one we saw before?
Not exactly.
Saw this?
Similar.
Oh, similar. Like Flo said then. Byron.
Mm.
I feel like Raul now has been caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
You saw a tree like this?
When we were taking care of something in Coracre.
Yeah, we got a job and we saw something similar. Not
The one I saw
natural,
wasn't
not what I'm used to
so
anyway.
wild.
What do you know about it?
Not much. It didn't exactly look natural to me, but it's not the kind of thing I've really studied yet.
Insight. May I? Because I'm narrowing my eyes.
Yeah, go for it. And Kobe, if you want to do a DM whisper.
Never mind.
I mean, short of.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. He's telling the truth, as far as you can tell.
Mysterious.
No, actually, I don't. Not even trying to deceive, because he's more busy trying to put things together.
Okay.
Wait, where did you see this? This is what I want to know, because we saw it in a certain place. Did you go to the same place we did?
You said you're by Coracre. This wasn't that far.
Ah, there's more than one? Flo, did you know this?
Damn it, Nolan, stop it!
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. How about this? I'll leave you three to chat about this at a better hour.
Okay.
We'll go do. I'll do Eric off stream. We'll do Ambition and I almost said Poppy. Ambition and Delcia, excuse me. Over at Elks. Wrap it up from there, and then if you guys want to chat after the stream when everyone's awake, to figure out where you want to go, you guys let me know, and then we can start off the next session hitting the road.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So, Deli, Shell, go to bed.
Good job.
Night.
Night.
I feel so bad.
Sleep well and dream of large women.
He's gone for like
Jesus
3 more
Christ.
hours.
No, we can't. We need flow. Okay. So Ambition, you said you were just going to go drop off your stuff.
Yeah,
and then...
no, I shoe fell off my shoulder. I get dressed. I'm tired. My chest hurts so badly.
Okay.
So off with the armor.
I just see him like flopping on the floor with it. Just ugh.
I needed that off so bad. Okay, I can breathe again.
So, just fun side fact. Dallet's a very method actor, so he legitimately had to like take off his with the headset on is how he enacted that so well.
Kind of, actually. There was lots of bending and moving around. Okay.
Well, I mean, when I did the Elks thing, when he squished his cheek against the window, I literally squished my cheek against my hand to do that. So Deli, you go and you find your sweet shop, and it's they're just starting to open. And you're able to get in and out real quick.
I want all the sweet pastries and pies you have. You know, the little hand pastries you've got right now. Just give me a sec.
No, that
3 dozen. 3 dozen.
The older man behind the counter looks down at you. You've got the money?
How much?
He looks over. It's going to be like 2 gold.
How much can I get for 5 gold?
And he kind of like slow rolls his head to the side to look. Like 7 dozen? But we just opened. We don't have that many.
You know what? I'll take what you got. And she puts 5 gold on the counter. Actually, 7 gold on.
He looks at it, looks at what is currently out of the oven, looks back and shoves 6 gold back, takes the 1 gold, and he kind of like, it's like this, it's not quite parchment, but it's like parchment, and he wraps up about 1.5 dozen these small hand pastries, and then he puts it in like a sack for you and hands it off to you.
And she leaves the other 6 on the counter. It's like, thank you, have a good day.
But you're
oh, goodness.
And she tosses this huge satchel over her shoulder, and she heads off to Al.
Okay, so again, you two kind of come at the exact same time to the door.
Oh.
I was like, oh god, finish the braid, please don't leave it at that sentence. You both get to the door at about the same time. Delcia, Ambition's dragging his ass. He looks like he's just ready to fall over. And Ambition, you see her skip down the street with this sack of something smelling sweet over her shoulder.
I must be more tired than I thought. That's way too much for one person.
Hi, Ambition. How are you feeling? And she goes up and she gives his leg a hug.
Oh, infinitely better now that I'm in real clothes. Again, what is in the sack?
Oh, I got some stuff for you. Here, and she carefully puts it down, and she reaches in and she pulls out a couple of pastries, and she takes. And he can see
one and be astounded that is a sack full of baked goods.
And she just hands him both, and she just waits for him to take the other one. Please take the other one?
I wouldn't have any place to put it unless you wanted it on the sidewalk in about 30 minutes.
In your mouth? Or are you going to throw up?
It's not going to stay down. I'll just take the one.
You know, I will hold on to them for now. I will hold on to it for you for now. Okay.
At this point, Ambition's not even going to question it. This is the same girl that showed up with Poppy in 6 sandwiches.
Yep.
She must have a place to put them all.
Hammer space, baby.
I'm sure Poppy will help.
Yeah,
Hollow
maybe.
legs and hollow everything in Delcy.
Yep. She's got a hollow tail. He doesn't know that, though.
That reference link. Alright.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Thought, oh dear.
So the 2 of you get to his door, and it's open. I mean, it's unlocked, so you go in, and you see Alex, and he looks like he's half asleep too, like he's just waking up, and he's tottering back and forth across the floor, and he's seeming to be putting books away.
Alex! And she puts the sack of sweets down, and then she just charges at him and tackle hugs him.
What?
Del.
No! Oh, hi, Deli.
Morning!
No, not
I
that
thought you
loud.
stopped.
No, not that loud.
I agree with Alex.
Okay, I'll be very quiet.
Oh,
To see you again. Here, and she goes back to she walks all the way back to the suite, and she pulls out a couple of pies, and she brings them over. I got you breakfast.
But I'm not hungry.
Ever. I know. Go share it with your friend. 'Cause I know that's what you did with this sandwich.
And
Sure.
he grabs it. His eyes are like half closed. He grabs it, turns, walks to the other door, and opens it. I didn't. And you see this bald, olive skinned man, a bit muscular, walk up. And he's like, "Alex, what? What? Another?" And he looks in, he sees you two, and he gives you both a nod. More food? Oh, okay. And he takes it.
Does he ever eat?
He eats like a horse when he wants.
You jackass, you just won't eat my food.
Oh, threw him right under the bus.
Alex is just like, I'm not hungry in the morning!
Ambition.
Wow.
Sit down. This has just become
Fury of the small!
This is like everything he has never wanted.
like Aiden takes the small pastry, gives a wave, and then just closes the door.
Nice meeting you.
Alex looks back. What do you want? I'm tired. My head hurts.
You were up really late last night. I know.
I know.
They didn't give you anything to drink, did they?
What? No, I don't like it.
Never mind. Good kid.
He kind of like rubs his temple. What do you guys need me to find today?
I was actually wondering, if you knew anything about, the scribe's quill?
You say that, and he blinks twice, and he looks like he's suddenly awake.
Uh-oh.
This might not be a good thing.
He kind of... Remember when you first met him, he started talking, and you gave him, like, you fed him info, and he spat out more info? He's doing that little, like, half bounce. He's like, what do you want to know about it?
What is it? What can it be used for?
And he's like... He kind of, like, flails his arms, and he, like, starts up his steps, and then just eats shit. He just missteps, just dunk. He's like, ow! Okay,
If it's
hang
bad,
on.
I can fix it.
No, I'm okay, hang on! And he, like, grabs his robe, and he hikes it up a little bit, and he runs back up the steps. You
Moon
see him, like,
goes
shuffle
out.
around. And, he grabs a book, and he comes back down.
Ambition, noticing Raoul's not here to be, the responsible one, will finally take out a book and he will start writing. Because he's not in the mood to memorize anything.
And it's a smaller book, and, for both of you, it looks more like a fairy tale book. It's got, like, this, like, fantastical, like, landscape, and, like, pretty trees and flowers and, like, a castle. It looks like a stereotypical storybook.
Wait, whoa.
What?
Is it not real?
No.
I thought we were looking for a very real
It is real.
But
Don't
that-
judge by appearances, Ambition.
that's...
Stairs.
Alright.
He kind of...
It's okay. Take a nap. We'll handle this.
And he kind of, like... It looks like he's like, torn between smiling and, like, almost hurt. But, like, he kind of shoves it off, and he kind of flips the book open. And he's like, okay, so the scribe's quill, it's actually kind of funny. It's about, a goblin named Fault the Loyal. And, and I'll give you names later.
Thank God.
Yeah. She was a goblin, and she, was this wizard's assistant, and she wasn't really that smart, but she did her best to help out, and she learned how to read and write a couple of languages, though. She didn't know magic. She wasn't good at it. She didn't, like, have the ability, but she was really good at remembering stuff, which is really nice when you've got, like, a big tower and a big library, and you don't know where you put a book. And he kind of stops and looks about. And then, he, like shakes his head. Oh. So her master was kind of not... I mean, he wasn't a bad guy, but he made a deal with a demon, and, to get more power. So long story short, Fault went and she wrote a story, or essentially like a letter to the demon that had a spell written in the story. No, Kitty, stop. I don't know if you guys heard that. Yeah. And so when the next time her master summoned the demon, she gave the letter to him, and when he read it, it essentially broke the bond, and her master was able to steal the demon away from at least this land. And because of that, the wizard was really, really happy and really, really loved Fault, and so he did his best to teach her, like, magic, but she wasn't really good at it. But she learned afterwards. So the scribe's quill is the quill she used to write the letter. Kitty, shut up.
Wait, did I say that this time?
No, Kitty, shut up was me, sorry. I forgot to drop the fucking voice. This is my life now. I just do voices.
Well, technically there is a kitty in his shop, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up, Kitty. And the thing is, like, as he's been saying this, he's been flipping through this book, and it kind of shows.
You said
the story.
"shut up, Kitty," and now all I can think is Alex as a South Park character.
Yeah. No, Moon, my cheese puffs.
That was really good, actually.
God damn it.
Mom.
So, Alex, hold on. I'm not myself this morning. The quill wasn't the wizard's. It was the wizard's assistant that made a spell that entrapped a demon?
Yeah!
The demon
Why would anyone
was
want
within
this?
the quill?
When you say that, Ambition, his face just falls. Like, the happiness that he just had sharing the story, it's gone.
No,
Wait, what did the ambition say? Sorry.
He said, why would anybody want this?
Not someone like you who has an appreciation for it. Just some guy.
Well, it's supposed to be magical.
I imagine so.
Ambition, I think we need to talk.
Huh?
Well, she kind of looks at Alex.
What?
No, you're safe. So, you're
What?
safe from in front of.
Wait,
What?
why am I safe?
Why is he safe? I mean, look, you are safe. I don't know what's
He's a fellow
happened.
halfling. He's kin,
What?
right? He's kin. Oh, well, this is stuff that my papa told me.
I'm confused.
Del, slow
You know
down.
the one who
You've
gave me
lost
the
us.
nice necklace?
And he immediately clutches his. What about my necklace?
Has nothing to do. It's just you're safe because, we're kin, and my papa who gave me the nice necklace. So anyway, this noble guy is not the name. That's the name he's using. It's not his actual name. He's a racist fuck, and he wants to get all non-humans out of the city. From what I
Wait a second,
understand,
what does she know that?
I know things. But
Alex
We need to
just
have
kind
a
of
chat, you and I.
Alex just kind of stands there and blinks. I don't know what's going on.
You
Long
are
story short,
safe.
someone wants us to find the damn thing.
Someone wants us to find the quill.
And he's not a nice guy.
No.
No.
No. So if you tell us that it doesn't exist, I'm going to tell him it doesn't exist.
But it's real. I know it's real.
I feel like you greatly misunderstand what I mean.
No.
I mean, not
You?
there's a tower. It's in the mountains. I don't know where.
Ambition. If we do not get this, he will send someone else to. So we need to do something to at least acquire this and get him a duplicate.
I know.
Wait, you're gonna go get it?
We were sent to
that's
by
the plan.
him, but I'd prefer not to deliver it to him if this is potentially a powerful item. Also, the second part of this is he wants us to find black diamonds or a source of.
Alex kind of seems to get worried, and then there's this look of determination on his face. If you're gonna find it, you can't give it to him.
That's the plan, but we also need to look. What can you do with black diamonds? What can be done magically with black diamonds? What's special about them other than the way?
I mean, to be fair, onyx sapphires, and I imagine they are just really, really expensive. They seem pretty rare and in low supply.
Alex thinks, I mean, diamonds can be used for, like, and he kind of, like, rubs his cheek. I know for, like, well, like you do the healing stuff, right?
Oh, I know what diamonds are used for, but we're not looking for diamonds.
We're looking for
Black sapphires.
Black sapphires? Okay.
I don't...
None of my spells call for them. As far as I'm aware, they're just really neat-looking stones.
Alex wrinkles his nose. I can't think of any reason. I mean, I guess somebody might find them pretty.
Yep, that's what I thought.
I don't know why or what somebody would use it for except for, like, jewelry.
Okay. Just needed to make sure it wasn't being used for any nefarious ritual or anything.
Well, now you got me worried.
Well, you can research it while we're gone.
I wouldn't be. The guy who we're doing this for is more interested in money than anything else.
Are you guys gonna go get the quill, like, now?
Eventually. Within the next 5 days.
Okay.
Deli goes over and will very carefully wrap her arms and very gently wrap her arms around Alex. It will be okay. You will be safe.
I'm not worried about me.
Wait, why would you be worried about... Alex, anyway, do you have any other information on the quill? Tower in the mountains is a good start, but...
It
doesn't really narrow it down for me.
He wiggles out of Deli's arms.
She'd let him go.
And he goes over to one of the shelves, and he pulls out a scroll case, and he opens up a map, and he unfurls it. He goes, okay.
Crap. I'm no good with maps. I can't draw.
Okay, so, Lockmore. Easy. And he points to Lockmore. You've got...
Sure.
Colfell at the mountains. Well, somewhere in that mountain range is supposed to be the tower. It's supposed to be really high up. It'd probably take you at least a day to get there, because it's really high up.
And that's on top of the half a day's trip to Colfell proper.
Yep.
Yeah, probably. If you guys are gonna go to Colfell, then... I mean, you could probably head up... You could probably head up to, Veer's Arch. Like, take that road, but then just cut across the plains to the mountains. Oh, but why are you going to Colfell?
Remember those black diamond... now you have me saying
sapphires.
it. Remember the black sapphires?
Yeah.
As it turns out, when me and Raul came to you a couple of days ago, and you pointed us towards Coalfell, well, you pointed us somewhere else. We ended up going towards Coalfell, and I stumbled across a couple. Well, one.
Oh. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain.
Huh?
Well, I mean, if you go to Colville, you'd have to travel along the mountain, the foot of the mountain. There's no real clear paths. I just bit my tongue doing that.
So we double
This
back
arch?
and hit the arch on our way back. Right?
No, no. If you go to Colville, then you just follow the foot of the mountains. You should be able... I don't have a detailed map. And he seems to get more and more frustrated as he's trying to figure this out for you guys. If you follow the foot of the mountains, you should be able to find a path. It's closer to the arch than it is to Colville. I know that much. But the thing is that no one's really been in the tower in a really long time, and the library, the archives that are underneath, they're locked. The archives may have the quill.
What is the tower?
That's our problem when we get there, but I have a funny feeling a locked door isn't going to be enough to stop us. That's if we can find it.
I'm sorry. Who was laughing? Not me.
At any rate, you seem awfully sure that that tower doesn't have anyone in it.
Well, this story's really old.
It was the old wizard's tower.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
he's been gone a long time, and so is his assistant.
Oh.
Well, we'll do what we can. Hopefully all this works out for us. We'll let you know when we get back.
You want us to
After
bring
all-
you back? And
As you're talking to him, he seems to be stuck in his head thinking, and like he starts chewing on his lip, like seriously concentrating on something.
You alright, Alex?
Huh?
You're out there.
Yeah. If you find it, you have to. If you find it, can you bring it back, please?
Ambition points at Delcia. I don't think I have much in the way of a choice otherwise.
she kind of grins up at Ambition.
I don't want to keep it. I just want to see it.
So
I'll
long as
bring it
gets-
back for you.
So long as we have something to turn in to the client, it's fine.
Well, we didn't have to turn it in right away, anyway.
Like I said, so long as we have something to turn in.
I have an idea.
So do I. And like,
Oh,
it's not like even though his voice is childish, the tone that he's definitely trying to convey is not. It's very, very serious. If
Delly
you-
kind of arches an eyebrow at him, and she taps like where her necklace would be, and kind of gives him a questioning look.
If he wants a magical feather, if he wants a magical quill, I can do that.
Sounds great.
I feel like the less I know about this is the better. So I
Let's
tell
see
you
about
what.
what. We're not talking about anything.
Exactly.
No.
Tell you what, we'll bring the quill back here first.
Yes.
Whatever happens afterwards, not my problem. But hopefully, after my little chat with Emin last night,
Arches brow.
all this will go away.
You talked to Emin?
I did.
No, I fell
Learn-
asleep after dinner.
It's for the best. It was ugly.
Did you two fight?
like adults want to, yeah. But it's complicated. I'm sure you understand why.
Sally's
No,
looking back
but
and forth between the two.
it's okay.
Anyhow, Alex, you've been tons of help, like always. Hopefully we can get back to you sooner rather than later.
I'll try
Okay.
to bring you back a book or something from his archives.
When you say that, he gives you a grin. Okay. You see him shuffling through his robe, and his hand hits like a series of keys. I'm gonna go run some errands, and I gotta go talk to Emin.
I think that's for the
Okay.
best.
Would you give Emin a couple of pastries? Does he like pastries?
Ambition fucking staggers out the door.
Is
Alex,
his tail loose yet?
Alex will follow, but he'll also kind of like try to shuffle Deli out.
So go.
What's funny is that when you actually look, there's the normal door lock, but then there's one very very like much lower, and when Alex puts the key in, you hear like a double lock. He goes, yeah, I'll go take him something. I need to go ask him. I gotta go ask him for a couple of things first. You said you're heading to Colville first, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Is there anything we can help with? You
No.
need?
I'll be fine. Crap! I forgot my book! Goes back
Okay.
and unlocks the door. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. You guys be careful if you're going to all that stuff.
Okay.
Sure,
You
you
too.
take it easy.
Are you okay,
Take
Alex?
care, Alex.
You too, you. And
And she'll hand him a couple of pastries as he goes charging.
yeah, he grabs a couple, like, he grabs like two from you. He leaves the door open, he runs in, you see him run up the stairs, and he grabs his book, and he comes back down, and he locks it, and you see him just take off towards Emin's. I think that is a wrap right there, truth told, because
Okay.
it's over.
All that's left is I'm going to speak into my shoulder and say, well, let's head back to the market. Vellum.
Okay.
Okay.
And is his tail still wrapped around his leg?
Well, you leave his goddamn tail alone, woman.
No.
That is its natural
Moving
resting-
target, moving
It's
target.
its natural resting place. It's actually a pretty long tail. It's been stepped on once or twice. It's been broken a couple of times.
Fair enough.
Okay,
She's
so
just longingly waiting for it to be so she can bat at.
It's mostly when he's in combat or when he's having to focus on stuff and can't kind of use the mental energy to keep it right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if he's distracted enough, it comes undone.
So, you two have technically a destination. The other three will congregate. I'll talk to Matt about Eric off stream. We'll end it here. Next week should be a little bit better, maybe a little bit longer.
You're still hoping.
Because like I love all the role playing and it's so much fun. So, but this is about the point I wanted to at least get you guys to where you're about to go somewhere. But yes.
I have so much information to parcel out, and I'm not even the DM.
Oh, if you only know what my notes looked like, sir. So we'll end it here. Pick up maybe next week or so. Before we end, Kobe, happy early birthday. I wanted to get it on stream.
Thank you.
So no one could be like, you didn't say happy birthday. Like, no, motherfucker, I got recordings.
Wait,
Well,
isn't his
actually,
birthday
it is now
on?
12.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
isn't his birthday on Friday? So
Oh shit, it technically is your birthday, so happy birthday.
Yep, happy birthday.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I forgot. I was like, oh shit, wait, it is technically Friday. So there you go. So you still get to play D&D on your birthday. So there you go. Hopefully we'll pick up next week. I'll figure out what everyone's schedule is, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, this has been the second session. I already have... No, I can't use a title because technically it didn't come into play. I'll figure out something else. Some other shitty pun to go for this episode.
Oh, no.
It's not a pun, it's a reference. But anyway, thank you so much to my players, including Shell, who is asleep.
And,
We hope you're sleeping well, you shiffer monk.
and from your players, thank you for having us. It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely. I love this. I was
Thank
so
you.
happy. I was so happy. I was like, I get to play again. It's like
This is
crack.
always so much fun.
Yeah.
So, like I said, try to pick up next week. This has been GM the DM. I've been your DM. This has been the players, and thank you so much for watching. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.